Chapter 693. Lu Pula's words were deafening. Beside him, Li Changxing waited for Lu Pula to finish speaking before he smiled and said, "Motivation comes from pressure. After the battle at Skygate City, MC Meiyu's instructors and students have lost their nemesis. It's only natural that they lack pressure. Elder Lu said how strong the enemies in the inner circle are. Without experiencing it for ourselves, how can we understand?" Li Changxing paused and said, "Actually, after the battle in the Elysium, I had an idea." He did not mention it before because he thought that MC Meiyu was in a period of progress and strength, so it was not very convenient. Since Elder Lu has become the villain today, I will remind you. Today's MC Meiyu was extremely powerful, 10 times more powerful than it was in the past. The dream of one school guarding one cavern might be difficult to achieve, but it was still possible for a short period of time. My idea is to take over Hope City. Let the garrison in Hope City evacuate, let Elder Fan evacuate, and let MC Meiyu take over the Magic City catacombs completely. Currently, the Great War had yet to begin. MC Meiyu was only facing Monster Sunflower City. Could MC Meiyu suppress Monster Sunflower City? Even if a city-toppling battle broke out in an instant, MC Meiyu still had the strength to suppress the other party. Liberate the military forces in Magic City's catacombs and let Old Fan go somewhere else or rest for a while. Old Fan has been overseeing Magic City's catacombs for 30 years. Since MC Meiyu has this strength, it's time for us to shoulder this heavy responsibility. Old Manly smiled faintly. If we accept the heavy responsibility of suppressing the Magic City catacombs, then we'll be under a lot of pressure. They needed to face Monster Sunflower City, guard against Monster Phoenix City, and the remaining cities in Magic City's catacombs. At this time, did everyone still feel safe? In this way, the teachers and students would no longer have any idle mentality. On the surface, there were tens of millions of people. Once the passageway was breached, tens of millions of people would die a violent death. More than half of MC Meiyu's instructors and students had family members in Magic City. At this time, how could they not do their best? Everyone, please consider my suggestion. Beside him, Fang Ping was having a headache. These two elders, one was more ruthless than the other. Taking over the Magic City catacombs was not just a matter of martial strength. There were still many problems that needed to be resolved. Moreover, MC Meiyu was more adept at elite combat. They were not adept at this kind of city defense battle. However, behind him was the passageway to the human world, the passageway to Demonic City. At that time, the pressure would not be comparable to what he was facing now. If they were not careful and the enemy broke into the catacombs and entered Magic City, then the tens of millions of people in Magic City would be in danger. Old Manly was ruthless. In the crowd, the expressions of some teachers and students also changed. Old Manly laughed. "What's wrong? Did everyone think that MC Meiyu's ability was not at this level yet? Vice-Chancellor Wu is a rank 9. As for me, I also have rank 9 combat strength. MC Meiyu still had 4 other rank 8 martial artists and 9 rank 7s. Fang Ping was close to reaching rank 8. This kind of strength was enough to suppress the 2 catacombs in the past. Now, it was just suppressing a Magic City catacombs. Would it be difficult? Not to mention that we have thousands of middle-ranked martial artists and close to 10,000 low-ranked martial artists. Even in China's 3 ministries and 4 prefectures, there aren't many armies that are stronger than us." In the crowd, Tang Feng pondered for a moment and said, "I agree with Dean Li's suggestion, but I still suggest that we be more stable and let MC Meiyu take over the management for the time being, managing Hope City together with the government. After we familiarize ourselves with everything, the government will evacuate to avoid trouble. After all, this concerns the lives and deaths of tens of millions of people." Lu Pula nodded. "That works too, it's safer. Changxing's suggestion is not bad, I have no objections." Since there are no objections, then let's discuss it with the 3 departments. The few of them spoke one after another, and it was almost instantaneously settled. Beside them, Fang Ping was speechless. Were they not going to ask him? He had just seized old Wu's authority and stayed in the Crystal House for a few days, and now his authority was seized by you guys? Inhumane! Did they not say that MC Mayu's surname was Fang? However, the few elders had already started discussing the matters after taking over Hope City. Fang Ping was even more helpless. The instructors and students around him were also deep in thought at this moment. Not many of them spoke. Beside them, Li Han Song looked at Fang Ping, then at the elders who were huddled together and talking. Suddenly, he grinned and transmitted his voice. Fang Ping, your authority has been seized. MCMAU's authority changes so quickly. Fang Ping glanced at him and let out a humph. Suddenly, he thought of something and pulled him back without batting an eyelid. Then, he shouted, Instructor Li Han Song wants to be intimate with you. As soon as he said that, Li Han Song suddenly had a bad feeling. Old Man Li, on the other hand, thought of something. He turned around and glanced at him, smiling meaningfully. When this fellow returned to school previously, he seemed to have done something amazing. Although he did not have the time to ask, it was probably not something good. However, he was not in the mood to find trouble with him now. When he was free, he would teach him a good lesson. Li Hansong's face turned pale. Old Man Li's smile was very evil. This was a powerhouse who killed a rank 9 powerhouse in 3 swords. No matter how tough he was still no match for him. October 1st. Fang Ping and Li Changxing came out of closed-door cultivation. Lu Pola broke through to rank 8. On the same day, MC Mayu also reported to the 3 departments and 4 prefectures at the fastest speed possible. MC Mayu hoped to take over Hope City and began to suppress the Magic City catacombs. As for Fang Ping, he did not choose to break through that day. In reality, his breakthrough now seemed a little rushed. Previously, he wanted to show off as soon as possible. However, after being dealt a blow by Lu Polu, he did not have the mood to show off anymore. Education Department. Zhang Tao received MC Mayu's report very quickly. Not only the report, but also Lu Polu's words. This old thing, after breaking through to rank 8, he's become tough. He even purposely slapped me in the face. Zhang Tao smiled and shook his head. He and Lu Polo were from the same generation. The age difference was not big. He was not even 90 yet. Lu Polo was around 80. When he was young, he had some contact with Lu Polo. He did not expect this guy who could not even make a fart out of 3 blows to know how to make his voice heard now. Sigh, now that we're rich, we have more concerns. Zhang Tao sighed. How could he not know some things? After the Battle of the Purple Forbidden City, he discovered the problem. The barefooted were not afraid of those who wore shoes. A few years ago, everyone was barefooted. They were all gamblers who did not care if they lived or died. In the first Martial Arts University Championship, for the sake of billions of resources, those rank 1 students who were only rank 1 fought the arena battle as if it was a battle of life and death. A group of rank 1 martial artists fought the championship in a tragic way. Everyone did not fight for themselves. They did not fight for fame. Some people failed and cried bitterly. It was not because they lost to others, but because they lost the resources and the school did not gain anything. The old grandmasters of martial arts universities said something that made everyone's blood boil. If there were no resources, these old guys would fight for it. They dared to fight. They would fight. They were not afraid to fight. This was martial arts universities. Today, for the sake of billions of resources, could a school like MCMU still fight like it did in the past? Forget about billions, even tens of billions or hundreds of billions might not be enough. Could the grandmasters of today still say that they dared to go into the depths of the catacombs alone to fight for billions of resources? It was probably too little. Once you put on your shoes, there are more restrictions. Zhang Tao sighed softly. Beside him, Wang Qinghai said softly, Minister, Lu Pola's view is too one-sided. This is not your fault. You seek stability because you are reluctant to sacrifice everyone. It is also because of this that all the other worlds respect people like you. Because you are humane, and human. Zhang Tao could not help but laugh. Don't flatter me. No matter how much you flatter me, once you realize the problem, you still have to correct it. Also, don't play fishing every 2 days. You've been a rank 8 for a long time. Now you've entered the 5th cultivation. You should enter rank 9 soon. If you don't advance, MCMA you will surpass us soon. Wang Qinghai said sheepishly. Minister, it's not that fast. I've just entered the 5th cultivation. My brain hasn't even materialized yet. I'm afraid it's still too early for rank 9. Don't belittle yourself. The difference between rank 9 and rank 8 lies in the understanding of the origin path. You should complete the 5th cultivation as soon as possible. If possible, complete the 6th cultivation. Entering rank 9 shouldn't be too difficult. Zhang Tao said. MC Meiyu wants to suppress a catacomb. What do you think? Me? Wang Qinghai thought for a moment and said, I think it's feasible. Now there are a total of 24 catacombs in Sino Nation. Tianan has been destroyed, and the Purple Forbidden City has been wiped out. Strictly speaking, we only need to guard 22. If MCMAU can suppress one alone, I think we can change our strategy for the remaining 21. Including the Wuhan military. I think we can also divert most of our forces to suppress another catacomb. This way, the pressure on us will be greatly reduced. I think Vice-Chancellor Lu's words make sense. The catacombs have been waiting for hundreds of years. The passageway is about to be fully opened. Will they really start a full-scale war now? I think they might not start a full-scale war at this time even if they destroy all the outer regions. Therefore, if it's necessary, even if we destroy a few more catacombs, it won't be too much of a problem. As he said that, Wang Qinghai added, also, hasn't Chief Nen always felt that the Department of Investigation Services National Army is overkill? Commander Zhong also said that she's being underestimated. If that's the case, I think it's feasible to let the National Army enter the catacombs and suppress one catacomb. National Army. Speaking of this, Zhang Tao raised his eyebrows slightly and said, the National Army is to suppress the evil sect. It includes maintaining order everywhere. If the National Army enters the catacombs, what about the evil sect? The evil sect is so low-key now, and it has something to do with the existence of the National Army. Minister, in another 2 or 3 years, I'm afraid a full-scale war will start. At this time, we might as well eliminate the evil sect. Now, with the development of the game and the release of some movies, sooner or later, the whole nation will know about these things. When it's fully publicized, it's also when people panic. At this time, if the evil sect does something, it'll easily stir up people's hearts. Why don't we just take this opportunity to completely eliminate the evil sect? Eliminate the evil sect. Zhang Tao tapped the table lightly and said after a while, you know the existence of the evil sect. There are many reasons for it. First, to train the new generation of martial artists. Now, both the Forbidden Catacombs and Tianan Catacombs can do it. Minister Wang said immediately. Also, the evil sect is smarter now. It's harder to find them than before. That's true. However, there are other reasons for the existence of the evil sect, including eliminating some hostile elements among humans. Zhang Tao said softly. Nowadays, the human countries are still generally the same, and their goals are also the same. Even if there are some conflicts, they'll usually speak it out in public, because everyone knows that we're facing a disaster of extinction. However, people are selfish, and people have their own ideas. There are many kinds of people, and thousands of thoughts. The existence of the evil sect has also attracted some people with ulterior motives away, purifying the entire environment. Now that we've eliminated the evil sect. Minister Wang was silent for a moment, but he still said, I'm still afraid that we won't be able to get rid of the big ones. Although I don't know the specifics, I know that even you don't know everything about the evil sect. Can the evil sect really be eliminated at the critical moment? During the Great War, the evil sect is an unstable factor, a very big one. If some of the insiders meet with an accident, the evil sect may be instantly out of control. Minister, can you be sure that this won't happen to the evil sect? Also, when the time comes and we're facing a disaster of extinction, It seems like we're on the same side now, but when the time comes, will we still be on the same side? At the juncture of life and death, we're used to bowing and scraping. It's like this year after year, generation after generation. Can we still hold on to our beliefs? The evil sect martial artists have seen blood before, and it's the blood of human martial artists and ordinary people. Zhang Tao pressed his hands together and said, "You're thinking too much, don't let your imagination run wild. We know about the existence of the evil sect, and we also understand some of the situation, but there are some deeper things that you don't understand. We have our people in the evil sect, but they're not the real masters," Zhang Tao said softly. "If they were the real masters, the evil sect wouldn't exist. It's fine if they gather together and take them out in one fell swoop. However, we don't know the situation of some of the big shots in the evil sect. These people don't even show their faces. The reason why the evil sect has been kept alive is also related to this," Wang Qinghai said in surprise. "The evil sect's pope isn't one of us?" Zhang Tao was speechless and said with a headache, "Of course. If the pope was one of us, would there be any attacks on ordinary people? What's wrong with your brain? The evil sect is also very complicated. It's not made up of one sect, but more than 10 sections. Some originated from Hua, some from Europe, and some from other continents. These 10 or so sects are the reason why the evil sect is formed. The Pope is only a candidate chosen by the sections. Our people are actually only in control of one sect. Of course, the other sacred grounds probably have some control over the situation. However, evil sects are evil sections. Those bewitched powerhouses are not idiots. If they were really on the government's side, wouldn't they have disbanded long ago? Why would they still be here?" Minister Wang smiled bitterly. "I thought the evil sect was completely under our control. If that's the case, then it's all the more reason to destroy it." Zhang Tao shook his head. "It's difficult. Actually, even if some middle and low-level evil sect members do damage, it's limited. It's mainly the evil sect's higher-ups. There are actually many powerhouses in the evil sect's higher-ups. After all, it's densely spread all over the world. Nowadays, there are about 18 sects, big and small, maybe even more. Of course, some sects don't even have high ranks. However, among the 18 sects, there are still powerhouses. Even though many of them have been killed, they are only some rank 7s. Rank 8s are rare. As an organization that spreads all over the world, how could they really only have these few powerhouses? Back then, in order to kill Fang Ping, a middle-ranked martial artist, they had sent a large number of high-ranked powerhouses. In reality, there were more powerhouses. It was still alright in the past because there were fewer catacombs entrances and fewer martial artists. Even if some evil sect members had the intention, they dared not act rashly. There were not many evil sect members, and it was hard to cultivate them. But now, there are more catacombs entrances. They don't control the catacombs entrances in Sino Nation, but it's hard to say if it's overseas. This is also the reason why I haven't considered spreading the brain core cultivation method yet. I'm afraid it'll be passed on to the evil sect members." Minister Wang frowned. "It's not like there aren't people like this in Sino Nation. I understand this too. That's why the high-ranked martial artists who go to the catacombs recently will be watched. There will be some movement when news is passed on. It's fine if they don't pay attention, but if they do, it's hard for high-ranked martial artists to hide." As he said that, Zhang Tao added, "But you're right. At this time, it's indeed time to wipe them out. On one hand, we can liberate the National Defense Army. On the other hand, in order to prevent cultivation methods from spreading into the catacombs, it's time to sort out the team." Zhang Tao knocked on the table. "However, some people are very well hidden. If we don't catch them all in one go, it'll be very difficult to find them. We still need to think about this." As he was thinking, a phone on Zhang Tao's table rang. When Zhang Tao saw the phone ringing, his gaze flickered slightly. He set up a mentality barrier and picked up the call. Beside him, Minister Wang did not care. After all, he was only a rank 8. There were some things that Zhang Tao would not tell him. After a while, Zhang Tao removed the barrier. He did not know whether to laugh or cry. All right, we don't have to think of a way ourselves. Now we have a chance. The catacombs wanted order has been spread among the evil sect members. With such a huge temptation, the evil sect has suffered great losses in Fang Ping's hands. In the near future, the evil sect may make some moves against Fang Ping. Against Fang Ping? Minister Wang was a little surprised, but not really. He said, Haven't the evil sect suffered enough at Fang Ping's hands? How dare they provoke him? In MCMAU, Li Changxing killed a rank 9 with 3 swords. There's also Wu Quishan. Also, you've been taking care of Fang Ping. Zhang Tao sighed. There are still many ways. Wu Quishan is in the catacombs. If something happens to the Magic City catacombs, will Li Changxing enter? He will definitely enter. As for me, it's even easier. If something happens to the catacombs here, or if some catacombs true kings are active near Mount Yuhai, I need to rush over. There are 24 catacombs. Sino Nation only has 15 paragons. It's too easy to lure me away. The evil sect and the catacombs should still have some collusion. I even suspect that both parties have reached some agreement with each other. There might even be some secret communication channels. Zhang Tao took a deep breath and said, For example, the powerhouses guarding a certain catacombs are in contact with the catacombs. Both parties can communicate extremely smoothly through the opposing city lord as a transit point. Some catacombs have battles all year round. Rank 9 powerhouses often fight. When a rank 9 fights, no outsiders are present. At this time, it's extremely easy to carry out some communication and connections. In this case, in order to kill Fang Ping, the catacombs might offer better conditions. Just the previous conditions alone are enough to tempt anyone. Even the paragons might be tempted. If they offer better conditions, it's not impossible for them to take the risk and give it a try. Minister Wang's expression changed slightly. Then isn't Fang Ping in danger? Yes, he's in danger. Zhang Tao sighed. The tallest tree in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. The restricted area might not be too clear about his role, but do you think the human powerhouses don't? He's not someone who has nothing to do. He's also someone who likes to show off. He's always been in this kind of martial arts environment. He thinks that everyone is a good person. Everyone cares about juniors like him. If he treats them with sincerity, others will return the favor with sincerity. I don't even know if this kind of thinking is right or wrong. Ever since the evil sect failed to kill him at the beginning of the year, Wu Quishan brought people to kill some evil sect powerhouses. This kid probably did not care about the evil sect anymore. Showing off every day, showing off every day. It's just a small matter, yet he has to show off to everyone. Everyone knows that he played a big role in the Tianan catacombs. They know that he entered the bounded zones in the Tianan catacombs. They all know that he contributed to the establishment of Tianan. They also know that he blew up half of Nanjiang's royal city. Now, the matter of the martial king's battleground was exposed. The Forbidden Area's true king witnessed the battle. In the Shishan catacombs, he killed the Maple King's beloved son. He even took out a large amount of imperishable substance, and thought that he was resurrected from the top. Li Changxing, this guy, killed a rank 9 in 3 swords. His combat strength skyrocketed. The catacombs might not know about the cultivation methods, but it's still possible to guess that Li Changxing has mastered the myriad Dao unification cultivation method. In the Magic City catacombs, he was also the one who helped MC Mayu take down Skygate City. Now, he's only rank 7. He cultivated to rank 7 in 2 years. If such a person appears in the catacombs, can you and I be at ease? Besides, killing him is relatively easier. After all, he's only a rank 7. No matter how strong he is, he's still a rank 7. This point is obvious to all. Then why don't we inform him and ask him to keep a low profile for the time being? Try not to leave MC Mayu. If it really doesn't work, ask him to hide in the Education Ministry or the Military Department. No matter how bold the evil sect is, They won't dare to attack the 3 departments and 4 prefectures. Zhang Tao said lightly. Didn't you say that you want to annihilate the evil sect? If he hides here, how can we annihilate the evil sect? As he said that, Zhang Tao took a deep breath and said, Besides, if we want to lure out the evil sect's real higher-ups, Fang Ping's rank 7 is still not enough. He's a rank 7. To kill him, the evil sect will at most send a rank 9. This is the limit. At most, 2 rank 8s will assist, 1 rank 9, and 2 rank 8s. Such a lineup is enough to kill the rank 7 Fang Ping. We might even overestimate Fang Ping. If Fang Ping fought a rank 9 head-on, he would not last more than 10 moves. Back then, Wu Kuxian could fight with the weak rank 9 Lord of Sky Gate City. That was only a few moves. If it were not for Fan Haiping's timely rescue, he would have died long ago. To deal with Fang Ping, the evil sect might send an elemental powerhouse. Fang Ping is not their match. He might be killed in 3 moves. However, if Fang Ping has reached rank 8, plus he has many tricks up his sleeves. The evil sect has suffered a few losses in his hands. At this time, they might send 2 or even 3 rank 9 powerhouses. Minister, Wan Qinghai said in a low voice. The evil sect has suffered a few losses. This time, they won't be careless. They will definitely find out the situation beforehand. You will definitely be lured away, including Li Changxing and the others. If a few rank 9s really surround and kill Fang Ping, he will be in grave danger. I know. Zhang Tao tapped the table lightly, once again falling into deep thought. Should they use Fang Ping as bait? After a long time, Zhang Tao exhaled softly and said, Let's ask him for his opinion. This kid has nothing to do recently. Maybe he wants to find some excitement. He has been attacked by the evil sect a few times. That time at the beginning of the year, he almost died in the hands of the evil sect members. With his personality, now that he knows that the evil sect is plotting against him, who knows how much he will cry out and seek revenge. This kid has many tricks up his sleeves. He might have some ideas. Chapter 694. McMao. Inside the Crystal Tower. No! I was wrong! Stop hitting me! Li Hansong screamed shrilly. It was too horrible to look at. This time, he did not have the demeanor of a Grand Master at all. His videos were found. When Fang Ping and Old Man Li saw them, they hung him up and beat him up without saying a word. Hang him up and beat him up on the spire. He must be tired of living. Fang Ping and Old Man Li were furious. They had always been the ones screwing people over. Since when was it Li Hansong's turn to screw them over? Did he not know the importance of martial strength? On the spire, Li Hansong was hung up. That was a real beating. His voice was incomparably miserable. Of course, they still had to save some face for Ironhead. According to Fang Ping, his strength had improved today, so he wanted to spar with Li Hansong. As for how they would spar, they did not have to worry about it. Li Hansong's combat strength was not as good as Fang Ping's. It was normal for him to be hung up and beaten up. Do I owe you 10 rank 9 divine weapons? No more. I owe you 500 caddies of life essence? Old Man Li said faintly. No more. Li Hansong wanted to cry but had no tears. He glared at Qin Fengqing beside him. Traitor! This bastard actually exposed the place where he hid the videos. Shameless! Qin Fengqing's expression was calm. With a golden egg growing on his head, he was calm and composed. He smiled and said, Ironhead was just joking. Don't hit him too hard. Moreover, Ironhead's golden body and golden bones have been forged. It's not that painful. There's no point in hitting him. Why don't you let Ironhead sign a 500-year slave contract and spur him on every day, Qin Fengqing? Li Hansong scolded loudly. You shameless villain, traitor, and even rebel against your master. Have you forgotten that I'm your master? Qin Fengqing rolled his eyes. Master my ass! Fang Ping, look. This guy is arrogant and unruly. We have to teach him a lesson. After signing the slave contract, we have to announce it to the world. Let the whole world know that this guy has been selling himself for 500 years. As he said that, he rubbed his chin and grinned. I only signed for 100 years. You signed for 500 years. Ironhead, this is too much, get lost. Li Hansong cursed for a while before saying exasperatedly. Fan Ping, this brat took advantage of your absence to sneak into the depths of the mineral vein and absorb energy like crazy. Go and settle the score with him. Fan Ping glanced at Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing said dryly. Fan Yuan agreed. Fan Ping snorted. Beside him, Fan Yuan was not beaten up, but there was a huge energy aura on top of his head. His face was flushed red. When he saw Fan Ping looking at him, he said pitifully, Instructor Qin said that he's only a rank 6. He absorbs energy very slowly. He can't absorb much. The energy overflowing from the mineral vein every day is wasted if it's released. It's not a big deal even if he absorbs it. Fan Ping snapped. Am I talking about this? He couldn't be bothered with Qin Fengqing's absorption of energy. He didn't want to say anything even if he was courting death. The energy was already mixed, ready to burn him to death. He had already warned him not to cultivate in the near future, and to try his best to purify his energy. This fellow was still absorbing energy, and it would be easier for him to explode if he were to burn up. He knew very well that he was courting death. Fan Ping couldn't be bothered to say anything. However, the more energy he absorbed, the more pure energy he could retain when he was burned. He knew very well that his chances of breaking through to rank 7 would be higher. Qin Fengqing wasn't afraid of death. If he insisted on doing this, Fan Ping couldn't be bothered with him. Fan Yuan, on the other hand, actually went out to do a mission. Did she ask for his opinion? Fan Yuan pouted and said nothing. Fan Ping snorted again. He said in an unfriendly tone, Only this time. Fan Yuan still didn't say anything. Fan Ping said angrily, What? Did my words go in one ear and out the other? Fan Yuan pouted and said, No. But everyone is doing a mission, not just me. Didn't you say that you won't give MCMU special privileges? Then why do I have to be special? Because you're Fan Ping's sister. Fan Ping said matter-of-factly. Because I, your brother, have shouldered all the responsibilities you need to bear. So, it's fine even if you don't do missions. Everything you have is given by me, your brother, not anyone else. As for the others, including the Zhang siblings, their resources are all given by MC Mayu. In other words, they're all given by me. If they don't take resources, don't go to the catacombs, don't do missions, I can't be bothered to care about them. If they're capable, ask their grandfather to give them resources. Their grandfather is powerful and can afford to give them, but they're not willing to. So, of course, I have to treat them fairly. You're different. Everything you need now is provided by me. If I don't let you go, then you can't go. Do you understand? But then, I'll become a vitality martial artist. So what if you're a vitality martial artist? I've never thought of making you a powerhouse. Fan Ping didn't mince his words. He snorted and said, Your talent is terrible. You started martial arts around the same time as me. I'm about to reach rank 8, and you're only rank 2. What do you have to compete with me? You're just a rank 2 martial artist. You're like an ant. I can stomp you to death with one foot. What else do you want? Fan Yuan's eyes reddened. Beside her, Qin Yinshi wanted to say something but stopped herself. Fan Ping waved his hand, not letting her speak. He continued, If you really want to share my burden, then stay in school obediently. If you run around, I'll have to worry about you. That's not sharing my burden, it's adding to my troubles. Instructor Bairuoshi may be doing this out of goodwill, but good intentions often lead to bad things. I don't want to. Fan Ping raised his eyebrows and shouted. Are you talking back to me? Fan Yuan pouted, her face red. She said in a muffled voice, I want to become a powerhouse. I don't want to be a vitality martial artist. You want to be a powerhouse? Fan Ping smiled and said, Tell me, do you have the potential to become a powerhouse? In what way are you stronger than others? There are millions of martial artists like you. How many of them have become powerhouses? You killed a few small fries, and now you think you're stronger than me? Don't forget, the cultivation resources you have now are all given to you by me. If I don't give you resources, can you enter MCMAU? You're not stronger than others in any way. Why don't you want to be a vitality martial artist? Why do you insist on becoming a powerhouse? You're not cut out for it. Fan Yuan, if you ignore my words again, I'll tell you to go home and stay at home. Fan Yuan bit her lip and pouted again. Then I don't want the resources you give me anymore. I'll do my own missions, bastard. Fan Ping was furious. He shouted, I let you enter MCMAU so that you can go against me? Do you know how many people are watching me now? Do you know how many people want to kill you if you run around? Once you enter the catacombs and say that you're my sister, millions of martial artists will want to kill you. You still want to do your own missions. Fine, you better cut off all ties with me. Fan Yuan said gloomily. Then I have to become even stronger. Otherwise, I can't hide in Magic City forever. Don't you understand what I'm saying? Fan Ping. Fan Yuan was angry too. She said pitifully, You're always yelling at me. You're always in charge of everything. I'm not a child anymore. Yo, are you in your rebellious phase now? Are you going to fight against a stubborn parent like me? Fan Ping chuckled suddenly. You don't want to be a child. Fine. I'm not a stubborn person. People are rebellious at this age. I, your brother, was also at this age. I know what you're thinking. All of you think you're omnipotent. You think you can surpass your parents and elders. You don't want people to introduce you as Fan Ping's sister, and you don't want people to introduce me as Fan Yuan's brother, do you? Why don't you think about how you're stronger than me and others? Qin Fengqin, that idiot, no matter how useless he is, he's still not someone you can compare to. He's full of guts. He's not afraid of death, but are you? Beside him, Qin Fengqin looked up at the sky. Mother Faster's Kerr, why did you teach your sister to lecture me, especially when you added a few prefixes? Fan Ping ignored him. He glanced at Fan Yuan and laughed. Now that you've grown up and want to fly solo, I'll grant your wish. If you want to prove yourself, it's simple. At least pass a small test. At least let me know that you have the potential to become a powerhouse. This is necessary, right? Fan Yuan gritted her teeth. I'm not afraid. You're not afraid? Fan Ping laughed. Yeah, what are you afraid of? I'm your brother. Do you think I'll kill you? Since you're not willing to listen to me, there's nothing I can do. How about this? Stand for 10 days with this energy stone on your back. I won't make things difficult for you. There's no danger to your life, and you can take the opportunity to absorb energy for cultivation. How great is that? It's only a few hundred caddies. It's nothing. A rank 2 martial artist carrying a few hundred caddies of cultivation-aiding energy stone on his back would gladly stand for a year. As for me, I don't ask much of you. Once you've stood for 10 days, you can do whatever you want. Fan Yuan's face was red. She had only stood for a short while, and she was already exhausted. 10 more days? Fan Ping smiled. If you can't, then be a good girl and listen to me. Do you hear me? If I don't say anything, I'll see who dares to bring you out of MCMAU. If I don't say anything, you won't even be able to leave Magic City. If you cause trouble again, I'll send you somewhere else and you won't be able to come out. You're just a kid, and you want to rebel? Why don't you try to rebel? I'm stubborn. I'm a feudal patriarch. Are you going to bite me? As Fan Ping said that, he humphed. I have my ways to deal with disobedient brats like you. I guarantee that you'll be obedient. You still want to fight with me? You're asking for a beating. As he said that, Fan Ping waved his hand. Fan Yuan rose into the air and flew out of the crystal tower, standing by the roadside outside the tower. After throwing Fan Yuan out, Qin Yunqi sighed. Fan Ping, Fan Yuan is still young. You're making it sound so serious. Fan Ping sighed too. Don't say that. I know what you're trying to say. You're going to say that I don't understand and that I'm pretending to understand. I know better than you about what happened in Star Town. I raised my sister to be like Star Town, maybe even worse, but I'm willing. I just want her to live happily for the rest of her life. Do I need to share her burdens? If she goes out on missions and goes to the catacombs, I'll be more worried. If something happens, I'll regret it even more. If that's the case, I'd rather let her cultivate martial arts in peace. It doesn't matter even if she becomes a vitality martial artist. In the past, from my perspective, I thought those second-generation martial artists were all useless. Now, I'd rather my sister become useless. Useless people can at least live a little longer than others. That might not be true. Before Qin Fengqin could finish, Fan Ping threw a punch and sent him flying. Li Hansong, who was hung up, grinned. He wanted to beat this bastard to death for running his mouth. Beside him, Old Man Li looked at Fan Yuan and said with a smile, "Kid, if this girl of yours can really hold on for 10 days, she'll be a talent with potential. What will you do then? 10 days? Fan Ping curled his lips. If she can really hold on for 10 days, I'll give her credit. Yunxi, go and ask her friends to call her out to play. Get some good food and drinks and lure her from the side. Bring a bed over too. The cushion has to be soft so she'll want to sleep on it. Pour some water on her from upstairs. She's a rank 2, she won't die from the rain. Get some gold ingots over too. I'm also cultivating my heart now. How old is she? If she can really resist these temptations, if she really has the willpower to hold on for 10 days, then my sister isn't really useless. When that time comes, let her be." Fan Ping sighed. "Most of the time, it's useless to control her by force. The more I try to suppress her, the more rebellious she'll become. If she really runs away from home and goes to the catacombs to explore, I'll have a headache." As he spoke, Fan Ping's ears twitched. He waved his hand, and the phone in the crystal pagoda flew into his hand. After glancing at the number, Fan Ping complained, "It's old Zhang calling. He might be looking for trouble with old Lu. After all, if I asked him to pay his debts, where would he get the money to pay me? He's just a pauper." Everyone was speechless. "Only you have the guts to say that. You really have the guts to answer the call first." In the next moment, Fan Ping answered the call, his face full of smiles. "Minister, you're looking for me? Have you settled the Forbidden Catacombs matter? If there's anything you need my help with, just let me know. I'm free these days." "So polite?" Zhang Tao laughed. "You scolded me a lot before you answered the call, didn't you?" "Why would I?" Fan Ping said righteously. "Am I that kind of person?" Zhang Tao did not say much. He smiled faintly. "You're really famous now. The key is that you're famous, but you're not strong enough. Right now your head is wealth. A lot of wealth." Fan Ping's eyebrows twitched slightly. He smiled. "Minister, if you have something to say, just say it. Are you planning to get a fake head and go to the catacombs to cheat for rewards? But it's a little difficult. With this unique aura of mine, even if I die, no one can impersonate me. Don't talk nonsense." Zhang Tao muttered. "It's like this." Old Zhang quickly explained the situation. Fan Ping's expression did not change. He smiled. "The evil sect still dares to show up? Why not?" Zhang Tao said lightly. "Do you really think you're invincible? You're not me. Not to mention a rank 7 like you, even if it's a rank 8 or a rank 9, if there's really a tempting benefit, there will still be people who dare to take the risk. Even if it was to kill Li Changxing, there would still be people who dared to do it, provided that the benefits were sufficient. Even at the absolute peak, if there were truly great benefits, such as 100% chance of allowing one to walk the second or third path, there would still be people who would dare to act. Benefits would drive people crazy. The benefits offered by the catacombs were too great. Divine weapons, energy ores, life essence, true king's absolute art. Do you know what this is? These were the conditions that might allow a rank 9 powerhouse to step into the pinnacle. A true monarch's absolute art. If there is a true monarch's path inheritance, and this true monarch has fallen, it is not impossible for him to become a true monarch. You know this. Of course, it was very difficult for absolute arts to help people reach the peak. However, just because it was difficult didn't mean that there was no hope at all. At the very least, it gave people hope and didn't make them despair. It's normal for some level 9 experts, who have been facing obstacles for many years, to be tempted. How many level 9 experts does the cult have? How many rank 8? I'm not sure. You're not sure? Fang Ping laughed. If you're not sure, then I won't do it. If you really want me to take the risk, then tell me everything that needs to be said, and I'll make my decision. Including who our people are. I want to know this too. I don't want to guess. Even if they are our people, I don't dare to trust 100%. Who knows if there are any traitors? Zhang Tao laughed. I've shielded the surroundings. There's no harm in chatting. Fang Ping looked around, looked at Qin Yinshi and said, Yinshi, you go do your work first, Fang Ping. Qin Yinshi was a little worried. Fang Ping waved his hand and said, It's okay. I don't fight a battle unprepared. Go. Qin Yinshi sighed and left the crystal tower quickly. After she left, Fang Ping laughed. Minister, tell me about it. The cult's composition is more complicated. There are a total of 18 sections. I won't talk about some small sects without high ranks. The 18 sects have records of high ranks attacking. And these sects, under the influence of some people, formed a large organization. That is what we call the cult. There are also many levels to the cult's high-level composition. Before this, each sect had its own pope, teaching elder, and guardian elder. These are all high-ranked martial artists. Middle-ranked ones are usually guardians and the like. We don't have to worry about these now. After the 18 sects were unified, there was a pope, who was also the cult's nominal leader. Generally, he was called the Grand Pope, the person closest to God. After the cult was unified, a Salvation Hall was established. The Salvation Hall was led by the Grand Pope. The popes of various sects joined it, including some solo powerhouses, who would also join in name only. Fang Ping interrupted. Solo powerhouses? Do cult powerhouses have to form an organization? There are also many who joined the cult in their own name. These people have their own goals, so it's normal. According to our intel, other than the Grand Pope and the 18 popes of various sects in the Salvation Hall. Fang Ping interrupted again. Isn't the Grand Pope one of the 18 popes? No, it's quite mysterious. As for who it is specifically, it's hard to say. There have been some guesses, but it's useless. Don't make wild guesses to avoid causing unrest. Let's continue talking about the Salvation Hall. The Salvation Hall is the cult's main combat force organization. The powerhouses are all in name only. The powerhouses here refer to the high-ranked ones. Rank 7s are still teaching elders, rank 8s are teaching elders, rank 9s are Salvation elders, and the rest are Grand Pope. It's not too sure how many teaching elders there are. Close to 50 or 60 of them, but many of them were killed previously. There are probably still some scattered around the world now. There are much fewer teaching elders. Some sects popes are only rank 8, and some are even rank 7. These people also carry the title of teaching elders, and there are about 15 or 16 of them. As for the Salvation elders, the exact number is still unclear. Rumor has it that there are 9. Whether it's true or not, no one knows. These fellows are very mysterious, and they do not communicate face to face. Nowadays, communication is advanced, and there are many ways to communicate. Moreover, it is usually one-way communication. As for the exact number, probably only the Grand Pope knows. 9 Salvation elders plus the Grand Pope, that's a total of 10. These 10 are said to be rank 9. However, among these 10 people, we still stuffed in a rank 9 martial artist. Not only is he a rank 9, but he's also a powerhouse among rank 9. He has some status in the cult. Unless it's top-secret information, the kind that only the Grand Pope can get hold of, otherwise, we will receive most of the information. 10 rank 9s? Fan Ping looked shocked. So many rank 9s? Rank 9s are not cabbages. Almost all of them have records, unless they don't fight for their whole lives and never come out of the mountains. But those people will not break through to rank 9. That means, these people all have public identities. More or less. Fan Ping took a deep breath and said, "How many people does Sino Nation have information on?" 3. Zhang Tao said calmly. "Other than our people, there are 3 more people that we have information on. In other words, we still have no information on the 5 Salvation Elders and the Grand Pope. As for the other big holy lands, maybe they have information, maybe they don't. Among the 3 people that we know, one of them is even from the Holy Land. We don't know if he's from the cult or if the Holy Land planted him on purpose. No matter what, you don't have to worry about this. Just treat them as enemies. Among the 3 people who know, none of them are from Sino Nation. But it's hard to say whether Sino Nation has them or not. I don't want to guess anything. This time, we will judge according to the timing of the few people who know their identities so that they won't have the chance to attack you. If you agree, then the one who will attack you will be a rank 9 powerhouse whose identity we don't know. At least we can lure 1 or 2 people out. If it's more, 2 or 3 will work too. 10 rank 9s. Once the identities of 6 or 7 of them are known, then the cult's threat will be minimal. Fan Ping, what do you say? Who are our people? Are they reliable? Fan Ping said. Is it High Grandmaster Kong Lingyuan? I know that he has not recovered from his injuries and has been recuperating. Zhang Tao laughed. I know you might guess that it's him, but it's not. Kong Lingyuan's injuries are really not healed yet. It's the Dragon King Linlong. Linlong doesn't keep watch over the catacombs. He has been guarding the central government. That's why he has more opportunities to come into contact with these things. Linlong is one of us. Moreover, we know him very well. The probability of something happening to Linlong is not high. Moreover, it's not the time yet. He hasn't reached the pinnacle yet. There's no time to care about these things. Even if there's a 1 in 10,000th of an accident, and he really wavers, he won't dare to change sides now. Because if he does, he'll definitely die. Moreover, this time, Linlong won't make a move. If he doesn't make a move, won't people be suspicious? That won't happen. You've underestimated the cult powerhouses. Since they're powerhouses, they have their own principles. Although Linlong is a member of the cult now, the sect he leads isn't aiming to kill human powerhouses and sell their lives to the catacombs martial artists. The sect he leads now preaches about opening up a territory completely, conquering a territory, and managing it as a human fortress. In reality, this idea has already been realized. Of course, since it's in cult, it's not that simple. His sect has some other ideas. While managing a territory, they'll drive a large number of ordinary people and martial artists into this territory. They'll die and be killed in this territory, providing a catalyst for the passageway to be completely opened. Therefore, before they conquer a complete territory, his sect won't make a move on human martial artists. Unless the cult has really conquered a complete territory and handed it over to him to manage. If that happens, it would be unreasonable for him to not make a move. What I'm trying to say is that he has his reasons for not making a move. Of course, if you need him to, he can make a move. At a crucial moment, it's not a problem for him to switch sides. At this juncture, it doesn't matter if his identity is exposed. Let me think about it. Oh right, Minister, you mean that I'm not qualified yet. It's best if I break through to rank 8 and lure more rank 9s to kill me? Yes. Fan Ping muttered. Then what kind of help can you give me? I can't give you too much help. What I can do is seal off the forbidden catacombs so that Bai Gongyan can free up his hands. I'll try my best to seal his aura and wait at a fixed location. If I do more and more rank 9s disappear, the other party will become suspicious. Bai Gongyan is dealing with the forbidden catacombs now. He's still not in the catacombs. The forbidden catacombs is under our control. The other party can't send any messages out. Just one rank 9? Yes. If the cult sends 3, won't I be dead meat? You don't have any ideas? Fang Ping rolled his eyes. I'm only a rank 7. How can I think of anything? According to what you said, when the time comes, Instructor Lee and the rest will definitely be lured away. If he doesn't leave, the other party probably won't make a move. Wouldn't that be a waste of effort? Since Instructor Lee has left, how can I deal with a rank 9? This isn't the bounded territory. As he said that, Fang Ping rubbed his chin. Why don't I lure the other party to the bounded territory and try? I'm afraid it won't work. Besides, if you really go to the catacombs, it won't be a matter of the cult rank 9 anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have to kill them, right? If I hold them back, how long will it take for you to get here? At least 10 minutes. 10 minutes is too long. Fang Ping exhaled. The point is, even if I really kill these guys, there might not be any benefits. Also, I have to pick a good place. If I really want a rank 9 to make a move, it can't be in a crowded place. Won't it make people suspicious if I go to a deserted place for no reason? When Fang Ping said this, Zhang Tao laughed. You mean you agree? I'm not sure yet. I have to think about it. Oh right, Minister, are there any strong early-stage rank 8 powerhouses? The kind that are very strong. One person can kill a few rank 8s. Those that are trustworthy, give me a few dozen. Zhang Tao was speechless. I also want to find so many strong rank 8s. Help me find them. Minister, a rank 8 second forging golden body is also considered early stage rank 8, right? Yes. What about third forging? Logically, rank 8 has 9 forging. I think third forging is also early stage rank 8. You asked me about the division of realms. How would I know? You can think whatever you want. If you think he's early stage, then he's early stage. Can I stop you? Fang Ping was speechless. I'm asking about serious matters. If I break through, then I'll be early stage rank 8. Logically, I can only hide an early stage rank 8's aura. Whether I can hide a rank 8 third forging powerhouse's aura, it's hard to say. Rank 9 powerhouses. If there were too many rank 8s, it would be like ants biting an elephant to death. Forget it. I won't ask you anymore. I'll think about it. Give me some time. Also, if I really lure them out, that cult must have a lot of things. They have to belong to me. Also, the government has to pay me something. Otherwise, I won't do it. It won't do if it's less. I don't like it. Finally, if these rank 9's real identity is very rich, their properties will also belong to me, sure. Also, the news of me being killed, it was the Dragon King who told you, right? That's right. Then you don't have to worry about this. Just say that you told me. Don't ask the Dragon King to make a move or not, and don't mention any plans. You don't even trust me, kid? That's not it. I just don't trust the Dragon King. I'm not familiar with him. Who knows what he's thinking? If he kills me while I'm at it, and I still foolishly believe him, thinking that he can save me, then how can I justify myself? Also, the cult won't send a few rank 9s just to deal with a rank 7 martial artist like me, even if it's a rank 8, right? You're underestimating yourself. Zhang Tao said playfully. You're very popular now. Who dares to underestimate you, Fang Ping? You've escaped from the cult a few times and even killed their people. This time, the cult will definitely choose the safest plan in order to be foolproof and to get those bonuses. In my opinion, the safest plan is to send 3 rank 9s. Didn't you say that you killed 2 rank 9s? Then send 3. I'm still confident that they can kill you. You really think highly of me? Fang Ping laughed. I didn't even know that I could actually get 3 rank 9s to assassinate me. If you don't want to show off, then 1 is enough. I'm not showing off. What I said is the truth. Besides, I don't want to show off anymore. But from what you're saying, you're forcing me to show off. I'm forced to do this. I'm helpless. Zhang Tao. For a moment, Zhang Tao did not know what to say. After a long while, he said, "Tell me after you've thought about it. Don't worry. It's okay if you're really unwilling. Even if you agree, I still have to consider the risks. If you die, there might be one less desperation realm combat strength. Betting on a few rank 9s might not be worth it. Of course, if you're confident, then you can try. If it really doesn't work, give me your mineral vein. I'll give you a mentality avatar to save your life." Fang Ping's expression darkened. "Aren't you embarrassed? You're the one who asked me to do it. You actually want me to spend money to buy my life." Zhang Tao knew what he meant. He laughed and said, "Don't say that I'm forcing you. I'm not forcing you. You're the one who showed off. These evil sect martial artists insisted on killing you, then I'm also doing this for humanity's victory. Sino nation's victory. Don't change the concept. Ha! Let's wait and see. I've just separated a mentality avatar. If I split it again, I'm afraid that my combat strength will really be affected. I'll let Li Jin try. That guy should be able to separate one." When Fang Ping heard what he said, he was instantly speechless. "Are you going to trick Li Jin?" Before he finished thinking, Zhang Tao sighed. "Li Jin is different from me. I don't care about these things. He's more stingy. If you don't give him some money, he might not be willing. Don't you have a rank 9 divine weapon that you don't use? Then exchange this. He should agree." "Ha ha!" Fang Ping sneered. "Could this divine weapon really fall into Li Jin's hands? You think I don't know you?" "Minister, I heard that Minister Xie needs a divine weapon. A few years ago, you sent flowers to Minister Xie, but she didn't seem to accept them. This time, if you give her a divine weapon, she might be able to move her heart. Fang Ping, do you know that the more you talk, the more mistakes you make?" Zhang Tao smiled gently. Fang Ping shuddered. He laughed dryly. "I'm just joking. Minister Wan told me. Otherwise, how would I know?" Ministry of Education. Wan Qinghai suddenly shuddered. He looked at the room next door. What was going on? His entire body suddenly turned cold. He was a rank 8 5th level martial artist. How could he possibly catch a cold? This was an ominous sign. Please remember this book's original domain name. 9 Heavens Divine Emperor Mobile Version website. Chapter 695. On the Crystal Tower. Fang Ping hung up the phone. Although Li Hansong was still hanging, he did not care anymore. He said in a low voice, "Fang Ping, think twice before you act. This matter wasn't going to be that easy. There were 9 Salvation Elders and a Great Pope. It would be fine if the Great Pope was at the absolute peak. Those at the impasse realm could not easily make a move, but if it was an expert like Nan Nan before he broke through, that would be troublesome. Before Nan Chong broke through, he had fought against 3 experts who had comprehended the Tao of origin. It would not be a problem for him to fight 5 or 6 weak rank 9s. Killing a rank 8 would be a piece of cake. Once such a powerhouse made a move, unless a peerless expert came to stop him, he would die without a doubt. Minister doesn't even know who the Pope is. What if the other party makes a move?" Old Manly thought for a moment and said, "In the previous Global Grandmaster ranking chart and Great Grandmaster ranking chart, Chief Nan ranked 14th. The top 10 were all at Desperation Realm, but Chief Nan ranked 14th. The other 3 were powerhouses at the same level as Chief Nan. If these people were the Great Pontiff, Fang Ping, and the other party attacked, then it would be dangerous. Even the Absolute Peak's mentality avatar might not be able to do anything to the other party. Minister Zhang knows how dangerous it is, which is why he created a spirit avatar to protect you. But that doesn't mean you're safe." "I know." Fang Ping sighed softly. "But what can I do?" Hearing this, the two of them fell silent. What could he do? The cults had their eyes on Fang Ping. It was a question of whether they were taking the initiative or being passive. If he took the initiative, the opportunity was still in his hands. If he took the initiative, he might be ambushed at any time. Fang Ping had already made up his mind the moment Zhang Tao's call arrived. Evil sect, 3 times. Don't do it thrice. You attacked me once when I was not a martial artist. I went to Nanjiang, and you attacked me once. When I went home for the new year, he attacked me once. Fang Ping chuckled. To be honest, there are a lot of people who want to kill me, but no one has ever tried to kill me 3 times in a row, except for the cultists. As for me, I didn't want to waste time on the surface. Plus, I thought that the evil sect would be taken care of sooner or later. But now, the minister is telling me that he doesn't know who the cultists are. Out of the 10 people, including Grand Master Lin Long, he only knew the identities of 4 people. Who were the other 6 people? Is it someone I know? Is it someone I know? I wholeheartedly befriend the other party. For example, if the other party is Senior Brother Tian Mu or Senior Brother Wu Chuan, then wouldn't I die at any moment? I trust these 2 senior brothers quite a bit. Although I'm just giving an example, there are some things that I cannot guard against. The unknown was the scariest. Maybe one day, when I really trust some people, these people suddenly want to kill me, telling me that they are evil cultists. Fan Ping looked at Old Manly and sighed. If you're a cultist, then I'm doomed. Maybe when I reach the peak, you'll kill me. Tell me, how can I not be anxious? Old Manly rolled his eyes and ignored him. Fang Ping chuckled. That's why it's necessary to lure out the cult's higher-ups. But others could not do it. Capable people did more work. In this day and age, only Fang Ping had this capability. I have money. Many people know that I have a storage ring, a divine weapon, a large number of energy stones, and life essence. I have money, and so do the catacombs powerhouses who are after me. Killing a rank 7 like me is more profitable than killing a paragon. If it were me, I'd probably be tempted too. Although I've given away a lot of money, everyone knows that I, Fan Ping, am the god of wealth. If the cult kills me, then they'll really be rich. That's why I'm probably the only one who can lure out the cult's higher-ups. Instructor Lee, you can't. You're a pauper with trillions in debt. You might not even be able to get your one and only rank 9 divine weapon. You might even have to be careful not to get killed instead. No matter how I think about it, among all the martial artists in the world, I'm probably the only one who can fish, right? The cult isn't stupid. They might know that you're plotting against them. They might even know that there's a spy among them, but they deliberately asked you to ambush them. Old Manly said in a low voice. The possibility of this is very high. At this stage, if powerhouses can't even see through this, then they're really stupid. You're fishing, but you don't know that maybe they want to fish too. That's true. Fang Ping was not in a hurry to speak. He calculated for a while. Shielding his aura now required 1 point per person. Adding another person would require 10 points. 5 people, that would be 100,000 points per second. 1 minute, that would be 6 million points. It was extremely expensive. Changing the aura of 4 people, that would also be 6 million points per minute. Therefore, if you were to bring people along, Fang Ping could only bear 9 people at most. 12 million points per minute. He had to end the battle quickly. At least, he had to hide in place before the cult martial artists attacked. 3 to 5 minutes, that would be the consumption of tens of millions of wealth points. He could bear this price at most. After all, he only had a little more than 100 million wealth points now. 9 people. Fang Ping calculated for a while. If he were to hide 9 people, he could still bring a few people over on the surface. After all, if he were to really plot against the other party, it would be strange if he did not bring anyone. Within 15 people. Within 15 people, I might have to deal with a few rank 9 powerhouses. Moreover, the cult powerhouses might also be plotting against him. Thinking of this, Fang Ping said softly, since Commander Bei Gong is the only rank 9 that Minister Zhang can deploy, that means that the cult might also understand. Commander Bei Gong might not be reliable. Therefore, if I really want to plot against the cult, I can't rely on Commander Bei Gong. I still have to rely on myself. It's difficult. There are a few rank 9 powerhouses, the kind who don't know how far they have gone on the origin path. We can only use 15 people at most, and all of them are around early stage rank 8 martial artists. It's extremely difficult to keep the other party occupied. It's good that you know, Old Manly said. Let's avoid it. To where? It'll be dangerous for you to go to the catacombs. No, you can hide your aura. Why don't you hide your aura and enter the Magic City catacombs? Old Wu is there. I'll go there too. You want me to keep hiding? At least before you have the ability, it's better to hide. But I don't want to hide. Then stay in MC Mayu. We'll try not to leave. We'll stay in the school. There are many powerhouses in MC Mayu. There are also powerhouses in Magic City. They can't do anything to you. Fang Ping laughed. Instructor, don't be too confident. No matter how strong MC Mayu is, if a few rank 9s really attack, it's hard to say. The minister said that it's related to the path to the top. There are no rank 9s who won't be tempted. Have you forgotten that when we were in the land of boundaries, didn't the Yang family's High Grandmaster Yang Daohong know that he might die if he went? He knew! But he couldn't help it. Not only him, even another rank 9 might not be able to do it. He wouldn't dare to do it normally because it might not be worth it. Now, it's hard to say. At least I can be there. This time, according to the minister, I have to leave. Don't be mushy. You're already so old. Old Manly was speechless. Mother asterisk Kerr, I'm talking about serious matters. Can you bastards stop interrupting me? Beside him, Li Han Song gritted his teeth and said, I'll go with you. I have the divine armor to protect me. Give me the divine armor. It's useless for you to go. Give me the divine armor to protect me. My safety is more guaranteed. Fang Ping calculated. I can bring some people over on the surface. I said I want to rank up. Everyone knows that I like to be in the limelight when I rank up. Then, I want to be in the limelight this time. I want to break through at sea. There's an island in the depths of the southern area's seaside. I'll break through there. Just say that my breakthrough is huge. Old Lu just flipped out. It's not suitable for me to break through in MC Mayu. On that day, I want the TV station to broadcast my breakthrough live. Let the TV station film it. Of course, I'll bring my own equipment. This way, it won't look out of place. I'll invite some people. They can't be too strong. I'll set the date first. On that day, if nothing goes wrong, you guys will suddenly face some trouble and be called away. The catacombs will definitely cooperate. Invite some people. Who should I invite? Fang Ping sighed softly. It's hard to invite people who are risking their lives. When faced with a rank 9's attack, they'll lose their lives if they're not careful. Also, the people I invite must be at least rank 7. Many rank 7s, risking their lives, can stop a rank 9, me. Li Han Song said immediately. If I don't go, others won't believe me. If you, Fang Ping, break through, how can I, Li Han Song, not do it? Not only me, Old Wang and Old Zhao will go too. I'll agree on their behalf. You're the main reason why we're where we are now. You probably don't have many life and death friends anymore. If the two of them don't go, then we'll break off our friendship. Fang Ping could not help but laugh. The three of you. Honestly, if you can join forces and hold back a rank 8, it'll be good enough. Get lost. Don't look down on me. Li Han Song humphed. I'll be able to coil the celestial bridge very soon. Once I locate the brain nucleus, I'll be able to achieve middle stage rank 7 in no time. Old Yao might even achieve upper stage rank 7 soon. At this point, if the three of us join forces, we can even hold back a rank 9. No, I'll have to include you. The four of us, holding back a rank 9 won't be a problem. At this moment, Qin Fengqing sat on the top of the tower in a sloppy manner. He grinned. The energy fluid was given to me. I'll go too. Get lost. Don't. Isn't it just a little energy fluid? I'll go. I'll help you get rid of these guys who have designs on you. It's worth it. You're just a rank 6 trash martial artist. Get lost. Are you looking down on me? Yes. Qin Fengqing's expression darkened. You burn me. I'll be a rank 7 after that. Is that still trash? Yes. Ironhead isn't a rank 7? He's stronger than you. Bullsh asterisk T. Qin Fengqing gritted his teeth. He's stronger than me? Then wait until I reach rank 7 and see. Fang Ping, if you want to pretend to be 13, is it more suitable than me? If I don't support you, will these guys support you? If I don't go, will the evil sect people believe that you want to show off? If I go, then it'll be more realistic. Forget it. I'll borrow the energy fluid from you. However, there's something you need to help me settle. Qin Fengqing said sheepishly. Old Lu came to me just now. He said that I owed the university 7 billion. Including the interest, it's 5 billion. There's also the late fees and whatnot. It's 8 billion. He gave me 10 days to return the money. If I don't return the money, then I'll hand over the divine weapon to repay the debt. But I only have this divine weapon. If I hand it over, then what will I use it for? But old Lu said that if I don't repay the debt, he'll make an example out of me. He'll strip me naked and hang me at MCMAU's main gate to make an example out of me. Fang Ping, you need to help me settle this. 8 billion, it's nothing. I've only borrowed it for a few days. I borrowed it the last time I went to the Forbidden Catacombs. It's only 10 days. He's charging me 1 billion in interest. This is daylight robbery. At this moment, someone said lightly from afar. The last time you went to the Forbidden Catacombs, you asked Zhang Yu to borrow 5 billion. The remaining 500 million has been borrowed for half a year. A blacklisted person like you shouldn't have lent it to you. Isn't it right to charge you some interest? Qin Fengqing said wearily. Old Lu, can you stop chasing me for the debt? Why are you still the honorary vice-chancellor? Tomorrow, change your title. Leader of the collection team will do. 5 billion. Qin Fengqing said dryly. You're so capricious. 9 billion. Fine. I won't say any more. You just have to raise it to 10 billion and take my divine weapon. Then we're even? 5 billion. Qin Fengqing broke down. He looked at Fang Ping and said weakly. See? If I don't do it now, this old man will definitely take my divine weapon. When I reach rank 7, if I do it and risk my life, it's worth at least 10 billion, right? Help me settle this debt. Don't worry. I guarantee it'll be worth it. Fang Ping sneered. 10 billion. Are you worth 10 billion? Duh. Of course I'm worth it. Qin Fengqing said confidently. When I reach rank 7, you can treat me like a rank 8. Hiring a rank 8 to risk his life for a job, isn't 10 billion worth it? The last time you called Old Man Qin, he even gave me an ancient divine weapon, plus an IOU for life essence. It's worth up to 100 billion. Even if I'm slightly weaker than him, 10 billion shouldn't be a problem, right? 10 days, where can I get 10 billion now? Either you lend me another 10 billion, or you bring me to do it. Otherwise, if I can't pay this debt, I'll be stripped naked and hung at the school gate. I don't think it's embarrassing. It's MCMAU's reputation that's being embarrassed. A dignified Grand Master level powerhouse being humiliated by MCMAU like this, how embarrassing. As they were talking, Lu Poli used a flight step and landed. He said, I didn't hear everything. Are you going down to the catacombs again? Fang Ping smiled. No such thing. Old Lu, continue collecting my debts. Not only from the school, but also from the Grand Masters outside. Is there any trouble? Lu Polu ignored him. He glanced at Li Changxing. Is it big? Old Man Li ignored Fang Ping. He smiled. It's quite big. Since you're here, I'll count you in. Treat it as repayment. Otherwise, you won't be able to pay it back. If you owe so much, what can you do in the catacombs to earn it? Kill a few rank 9s. You don't have to kill them. If you can hold them off for 10 minutes, maybe longer. Then, the debt will be settled. All right. Fan Ping smiled bitterly. Old Lu, don't join in the fun. Lu Pola said lightly. Repayment. Li Changxing laughed. It's nothing, kid. What's there to be pretentious about? If your own people don't help you now, do you really expect outsiders to do it for you? Old Lu is also a rank 8. He won't die so easily. Give him more imperishable substances. It's still effective to save his life. Besides, if you break through and the people from you don't go, are you going to rely on outsiders? Old Lu is one of them. A few rank 8s going won't be a problem. 3 rank 8s and more than 10 rank 7s. With such strength, the evil sect probably won't give up. Old Lu is one of them. If it's me, I might not be able to go. Qin Yao Ting. Don't be pretentious. That old guy is a 3rd refinement rank 8. He has a divine weapon. His combat strength is extremely strong. Send another rank 8. Lu Pola said. Can't rank 9s go? Probably not. Otherwise, it'll be very difficult to lure them out. Old Manly thought for a while. Rank 7s and 8s can go. Rank 9s are too eye-catching. Not to mention, they might not even have a chance. To deal with Fang Ping, the catacombs might riot on that day. Rank 9s can't leave either. Of course, an invitation must be sent. Whether they come or not is an unexpected factor. With Fang Ping's personality, it would be strange if he did not invite them. Not only rank 9s must be invited, but all the paragons must be invited too. This is in line with your rank 8 status. Fang Ping smiled. It's just a breakthrough. It's not a promotion banquet. There's no need to be too ostentatious. Lu Polo ignored him. He said, Invite Nenya Ping then. She's in Magic City. She's near the sea area. She's the most suitable. Nenya Ping and Mayu are old friends. I'll talk to her about this. Li Changxing nodded. That's possible. If you and Nenya Ping join forces, you can probably hold off a rank 9. Of course, the danger is not small. If you include Qin Yaoting, the 3 of us are enough. When the time comes, the 3 of you must hold off a rank 9. Fang Ping, do you and Li Hansong have the confidence to hold off a rank 9? Let's include Qin Fengqing. This kid has too much debt. Treat it as repayment. If he really dies, it's his bad luck. If he dies, the debt will be erased. There's no need to repay the rest. Beside him, Qin Fengqing pursed his lips. I'll die. I won't die until I reach the Emperor realm. I've escaped death hundreds of times. When did I die? People like you are used to gambling with your life. If you lose once, you'll go bankrupt. It's normal for you to die. Old Manly replied. He said, If that's the case, you can hold off 2 rank 9s. Fang Ping, these people are all in the open. Can't you hide your aura? How many people can you bring? Hide them in your golden house. Don't you like to be ostentatious? That day, you can fly over with the golden house. It'll be more suitable. No one will think that you're hiding people in the golden house. 5 at most. I'll break through to rank 8 first. I'll disguise myself as a rank 7 and bring 5 of them over. However, I can still hide the aura of 4 of them and pretend to be weak. As long as no one recognizes me, it won't be a problem to go with Iron Head and the rest. 9 people. Their strength must be on par with yours? Yes. Old Manly calculated for a while. He said, You'll have to look for Old Zhang for this. We can't do it. You don't have the face to let 9 rank 8s risk their lives for you. Even if many rank 8s owe you favors, it won't work. This matter isn't just about you. Luring the evil sect's rank 9s is everyone's responsibility. Old Zhang has to be responsible for these 9 rank 8s. As for who they are, you don't have to care. That old guy still has some tricks up his sleeve. There are also many powerhouses in his Wuhan military. If he can't do it, he can transfer people over there. 9 rank 8s. Even if they're all early stage, keeping a rank 9 occupied is a piece of cake. They can also give you some aid. Also, ask for a mentality avatar. This is really to save your life. Once the 4th rank 9 appears, attack! In the early stage, delay is the main thing. I won't stay in the catacombs for too long. I'll rush over soon. That day, I guessed that the 2 city lords of Monster Phoenix City and Monster Sunflower City would probably attack. Only 2 rank 9s can keep Old Wu occupied and force me to enter. Maybe there's also that Phoenix Monster Beast in Monster Phoenix City. 3 big rank 9s should be enough. Monster Sunflower City probably won't uproot itself from the city. As for Old Wu, he'll hold 2 rank 9s at the crucial moment. Let Guixinquan and the rest hold 1 rank 9. I'll go down and kill one as soon as I can. If I can't kill one, I'll get away as soon as possible and come to rescue you in 3 minutes. As for Old Fan probably can't get away. Even if he can, there might be 4 rank 9s attacking from the catacombs, maybe even more. Old Manly calculated for a while. Fang Ping asked, "What about Regiment Commander Bei Gong? If he's on his side?" Old Manly thought for a while. "Let him lie in ambush somewhere further away from the island. If he's discovered, the evil sect will probably let a rank 9 hold him back. If he's not discovered, then come to help quickly. If that's the case, maybe we can lure a few more rank 9s. In short, prepare for the worst. Don't rely on these guys too much." Fang Ping nodded slightly. He said, "Once these rank 9s attack with full force, their auras will be exposed. Actually, we don't have to kill them to expose our identities," Old Manly said exasperatedly. "Don't be too optimistic. If martial artists stronger than you really try to hide their auras with all their might, you won't be able to detect any abnormalities in their auras. Even if they disguise themselves slightly, you won't be able to detect it. If the other party dares to attack, it means that there's a high possibility that there aren't any rank 9s nearby. Even Bei Gong Yan. If there's really a rank 9 attacking, I suspect that it might be a rank 9 who has already exposed his identity. Evil sect martial artists aren't fools. Fang Ping, don't be careless." "Oh right. Don't you have a relationship with that fatty from Polaris City? Didn't Warlord invest some in you last time? Go and ask Fatty if he wants to invest again. Ask Warlord to send you a mentality avatar. Double insurance. Give him some tangible benefits. Then, this favor will be huge. Not only you, Fang Ping, but MCMAU will also remember this favor." Old Manly took a deep breath. Warlord's ability is also very strong. It's not a big problem to send him one. He, the Minister, Commander Li, Sky-suppressing King. These few combat strength are all relatively strong paragons. If they send out a mentality avatar, it will have an impact, but the impact is limited. Moreover, Warlord and the rest have been guarding Mount Royal Sea for hundreds of years. They have almost not advanced an inch. It's not like they haven't sent out this thing before. As long as it's concealed well, it might not be discovered. Other paragons might not have this kind of courage. Warlord, the possibility is not small. If they split it early, they might have recovered by now. Then, there won't be any impact. Of course, it won't be too much. If they cut too much, they will easily lose control. Anyway, try it. It's okay if they don't. 2 mentality avatars. Even if the Grand Pope attacks, they can still hold them off for a while. Old Manly calculated for a while. Finally, he said, "If you insist on doing it, then we'll arrange it this way. If necessary, let Old Zhang also send out another mentality avatar. Although it's not worth it to use 3 mentality avatars against a few rank 9s, these people are hiding something even more terrifying. I think in order to lure these people out, Old Zhang is probably willing." Fang Ping frowned. "What about those foreign paragons? The evil sect's threat isn't just our problem, right? After this, Old Zhang will naturally collect the reward." Old Manly said indifferently. "Do you think he will make a losing deal? Just watch. If some evil sect rank 9s are really lured out in Sino Nation, all the big foreign holy lands will have to pay something. Not only that, if the rank 9s that are lured out are related to some holy lands or some powerhouses from some big countries, just wait for old John to flip out. You don't have to care about him. He will recover his losses himself. Fan Ping burst out laughing. That's right. I am actually worried that old John will suffer losses. How is that possible? At this moment, Fan Ping suddenly laughed. Instructor, you're quite reliable at this critical moment. You've arranged everything in order. According to what you said, even if the evil sect turns out in full force, I'm still safe. Old John doesn't say anything. If I really get 2 mentality avatars, based on the strength I used last time, it's enough to kill 4 rank 9s, don't be too optimistic. Old Manly took a deep breath. It's not that simple for the evil sect to survive until now. You think they will send 3 people? Maybe they will send 5 people. You think there aren't any powerful powerhouses? Maybe there will be a top-notch rank 9. You, Fan Ping, have a great reputation. You've survived until now and failed to kill you 3 times. Will they be careless? This is related to the possibility of them advancing to the top. They won't be careless. Who doesn't want to advance to the top? It's not impossible for the 9 great salvation elders and the Pope to attack together. Also, just the rank 9s, will there be no rank 7s to cooperate with them? If they come, it'll be big trouble. Of course, rank 7 and 8 martial artists will easily expose their identities when they face you guys. Once they are exposed, then it's over. Even if they come, not many will come. Fan Ping said helplessly. You really think highly of me? I'm only a rank 7. According to what you said, it's enough to make the evil sect turn out in full force. Prepare for the worst. If there's really nothing, just return the mentality avatar. Fan Ping took a deep breath again. He looked at the few people beside him and said, Old Lu, I'll skip the pleasantries. As for me, I can only count on MC Mayu's instructors to protect me. Outsiders are outsiders after all. Actually, this matter isn't our responsibility. The evil sect wasn't born in my generation. But the evil sect has their eyes on me, then I can't admit defeat. Don't worry, I have things to save my life. Imperishable substance, life essence, old Lu's breakthrough, rank 7 divine weapon won't do. Coincidentally, you're also a powerhouse who uses swords. Ji Yao's divine weapon was also a sword. Let old Zhang help to modify it. You can use it. If Vice Chancellor Nan is willing to help, I, Fan Ping, am not a stingy person. I won't give you a rank 9 divine weapon. I have a rank 8 Chang now. If I break through this time, I'll forge a rank 9 divine weapon myself. I can give the rank 8 Chan Dao, including the rank 7 Chan Dao, to Vice Chancellor Nan. It's easy to get a rank 7 divine weapon. I still have a rank 7 monster beast, and it's still whole. I'll give the rank 8 divine weapon to Vice Chancellor Nan. I can give these 2 rank 7 ones to Old Chim too. When it comes to comparing wealth, I've never been afraid of anyone. Fan Ping said it arrogantly. Then he humphed. If they have designs on me, then I'll make them regret it for the rest of their lives. I'm still worried. This brat Fang Yuan insisted on going out to train. If I don't punish her as a warning to others, how can I let her go? It's just as well. I'll kill some rank 9s in one battle. Let's see if the evil sect people still dare to touch my sister. They tried to kill me 3 times in a row. Do they really think I'm a pushover? They actually came for the 4th time. After this, MC Mayu instructors and students will not go to the catacombs for now. We'll wipe out the evil sect martial artists in Sino Nation, including those grandmasters who owe me money. I'll pay for every evil sect martial artist I kill. I'll settle the score with heads. All of them are poor bastards. They might not even be able to kill many people in the catacombs. They won't get many resources. I don't want the catacombs heads anymore. I'll put a bounty on the evil sect heads. High ranks and below, 100 million each. According to the head count, for high ranks, 3 billion for rank 7, 10 billion for rank 8, 100 billion for rank 9. I've already put a bounty on him. If they want to kill me, then I'll kill them first and let them shout at me. The others usually can't be bothered to fight the evil sect. They're just clowns. However, since they've provoked me, I'll see who kills them all first." Everyone's faces were blank. Amazing! Were there many martial artists who owed Fan Ping money? Too many! They were grandmaster level powerhouses, after all. They still cared about their reputation. Now that the news of Lu Pula collecting debts had spread, many grandmasters were worried. At this time, the head of a middle and low-ranked martial artist was 100 million. For high-ranked martial artists, it was 3 billion for rank 7, 10 billion for rank 8. A few of them were starting to sympathize with the evil sect martial artists. This time, they were really in big trouble. They could find trouble with anyone but Fan Ping. It just so happened that everyone was worried about how to pay back the money. They could not destroy the evil sect in one battle, could they? Please remember this book's original domain name, 9 Heavens Divine Emperor Mobile Version website. Chapter 696. On October 1st, there was a lot of activity in MC Mayu. First, Lu Pula broke through rank 8. Then, MC Mayu investigated the debts of the entire school. Lu Polu, a rank 8 grandmaster, even made a noise in the outside world. Of course, it was only limited to the grandmaster circle. If it was time to pay, then it was time to pay. He was still young. It was not easy for him to earn some money by risking his life. Now that he could not go down the catacombs, and the catacombs offered a reward, his days were very difficult. If he did not pay now, was he going to go back on his word? When these words came out, some of the grandmasters were embarrassed. Many of them had a headache. Soon after, there were some rumors about MCMAU taking over Hope City. The 3 departments and 4 houses were discussing it. It was not over yet. MCMAU's news came one after another. On October 2nd, Fan Ping called some powerhouses. Currently, there were still some video records of rank 7 powerhouses breaking through. However, there were no rank 8 or rank 9. To let the public and middle and low-ranked martial artists understand the situation more clearly and know the difference between each rank, Fan Ping hoped to record a textbook breakthrough. He was ready to break through to rank 8. When the news came out, it was really a global sensation this time. At the end of July, Fan Ping broke through to rank 7. Now it was only October, and Fan Ping was actually going to break through to rank 8. In less than 3 months, many people did not even break through to rank 1. However, the stronger Fan Ping was, the faster his progress was. At the same time, some news spread out. Previously, there were not many who knew that Fan Ping was a resurrected martial artist. Most of the grandmasters in Sino Nation knew, but not many overseas knew. However, this time, everyone knew. Fan Ping was a resurrected martial artist. Powerhouses reincarnated and came back to life. In his past life, he was a desperation powerhouse. Now, he was just recovering his previous life's strength. The stronger the strength, the faster the recovery. Perhaps, Fan Ping could step into rank 9 soon, or even reach the peak. Humans might be about to give birth to another desperation powerhouse. Because it was to record a textbook breakthrough scene, the commotion was bigger. On October 10th, Fan Ping would break through on an island in the sea near MC Mayu. At that time, it might cause a tsunami. When Fan Ping spread the news, he also urged the government to quickly evacuate the residents near the sea to prevent his breakthrough from causing too much commotion and causing damage to people and property. All the media reported on this. Many people were filled with anticipation and envy. When Fan Ping said that his breakthrough to rank 8 might cause a tsunami, almost no one doubted it. Now, with the deepening understanding of martial arts, many people knew that a level 8 expert was an expert in the golden body state. In ancient times, such an expert was a mythical figure. Such a person could soar into the sky and burrow into the earth. He was omnipotent. It was possible that a breakthrough would cause a huge commotion and cause a tsunami. Starting on the 2nd, Fan Ping began to post some observation posts to the public. This time, Fang Ping was not too ostentatious. This was because the television station wanted to broadcast it live. Moreover, Fang Ping was afraid that his breakthrough would be disturbed. He mainly invited some powerhouses who were close to him to observe. Minister of Education Zhang Tao, Guardian of the South Wu Chuan, Deputy Commander of the Military Department Tian Mu, SCMAU Vice-Chancellor Chen Yaoting, and MAU Wang Jinyang. There weren't many people who received invitations, only a dozen or so. Some of the experts who did not receive the invitation felt a little regretful. However, breaking through was a major event. It was normal for the master not to invite him for fear of delaying his breakthrough. In other words, during the neo-martial era and the ancient martial era, martial artists' breakthroughs would be carried out in sects or under the protection of powerhouses. Breaking through was a very private matter. Although Fang Ping would broadcast it live, he did not invite others. If others knew the rules, they would not go there rashly. It would easily cause misunderstandings. Just as the news spread and shook the society. At the same time, somewhere in Sino Nation, in a villa. At this moment, 3 people were sitting in the villa's living room. On the coffee table, there were a few cell phones. From the cell phone, an old voice laughed. "You guys have guts. Are you really going to make a move on that little guy this time?" This person spoke in Mandarin. Everyone was not surprised. This group of people, no matter where they went, would speak the local language. They spoke it more accurately than the locals. Their voices changed, and they would change their location at any time. It was difficult to locate them through cell phones. The information age made it easier for these powerhouses to hide themselves. "Grandpa 7, aren't you tempted?" In the living room, a man chuckled softly. He was a man, but that was only judging by his clothes. The other party wore a sparkling and translucent crystal mask. Even his eyes were not exposed. Mentality densely covered his entire body. Unless one forcefully broke through the mentality blockade, there was no way to identify the other party. Although mentality would carry its own special aura, these people had hidden it for many years and were prepared. Some equipment made with energy crystals had a simple effect of concealing aura. Using energy crystals to store some heavenly treasures could also prevent energy loss. Without fighting, without going all out, and simply judging through a layer of barrier, it was almost impossible to determine anything. The person who spoke was wearing a mask. His face could not be seen, and his voice could not be verified. Even that head of short hair could not prove anything. At their level, even broken limbs could be regrown. As for things like hair, it was completely up to them to make it long or short as they pleased. From the phone, the old voice laughed. "Tempted. Rank 9 divine weapon, life essence, true king's ultimate art, and even a true king's sermon. Of course I'm tempted. But you guys are too bold. This is Sino Nation's martial arts world. There are many desperation powerhouses here, and there are also many rank 9 powerhouses. People like us will be easily discovered if we get within 100 miles of desperation. Aren't you guys afraid of death?" The masked man laughed. "Desperation, we want it too. But it's too difficult for us to reach desperation. Now that the opportunity is right in front of you, is Grandpa 7 willing to give it up? Naturally, the catacombs will take care of the powerhouses. It's the same for rank 9 too. Fang Ping is resurrected from desperation. His realm is recovering faster and faster. If he enters rank 8 in less than 3 months, when will he recover his realm? 3 months? Half a year? Or a year?" The masked man chuckled. Can the catacombs tolerate a martial artist like this who is destined to become a desperation martial artist? This time, I gathered everyone to discuss whether we should contact the Pope and discuss the issue of bargaining chips. It's not enough now. The bargaining chip before was only a bargaining chip to kill the rank 7 Fang Ping. Now that he's about to reach rank 8, and he's breaking through in Sino Nation, the catacombs should understand this kind of danger. If we don't kill Fang Ping now, maybe a true king will fall in Fang Ping's hands in the future. Just 2 rank 9 divine weapons and a true king's ultimate art are not enough for us to take the risk. Deep into Sino Nation's hinterland, there are several desperation martial artists. Taking the risk to kill Fan Ping and the lives of 3 rank 9s is only worth this? The old man laughed. That's your business. I'm not willing to participate. Now that Grandpa 7 said he won't participate, I'm afraid. Maybe Grandpa 7 is hiding near Magic City now. If we make a move and get entangled and Fan Ping escapes, maybe Grandpa 7 will be able to reap the benefits. The masked man laughed. That's why it's better for everyone to talk openly. How many people are going to make a move, we'll discuss first. Otherwise, if someone comes again, we won't be lenient. No one spoke from the few phones. In the living room, there were 2 other people. One was wearing a huge black robe, gender unknown. The other was playing with a golden dagger in his hand, with long hair over his shoulder, gender unknown. Similarly, he wore a mask on his face. Seeing that no one spoke, the martial artist in the black robe said slowly, "Since everyone is here, contact the Pope. With the Pope as a witness, contact the catacombs and restate the terms. We should have a conclusion on who will make a move and who won't, lest we end up fighting among ourselves." Okay. No objections. Everyone spoke one after another. The next moment, a crystal ball appeared in the hands of the black-robed martial artist. Mentality permeated it. The crystal ball flickered for a while. Very soon someone said, "Sixth Elder, what are your orders?" "Contact the Pope." "Hold on." The crystal ball fell silent. Beside him, the long-haired masked martial artist said lightly, "Say, who do you think the Pope is? A paragon? This should be a mentality solidification item used by a paragon powerhouse. It can sense another crystal ball from hundreds of miles away. The Pope has made many arrangements in Sino Nation." On the phone, someone said lazily, "I don't want to guess. Who cares who he is? If there are benefits, then it's the Pope. If there are no benefits, we're evil sect martial artists, ha ha ha. If there are no benefits for evil sect martial artists, I don't care if he's a paragon or not. Grandpa 2 is still so direct. We're all rank 9 martial artists. Is there a need to beat around the bush? The Pope said the same thing when he was in front of me. If it wasn't for benefits and for faster advancement, why would I become an evil sect martial artist that everyone wants to beat up? I might as well rely on the 6 great holy lands or work in the government. That's much better than sneaking around, isn't it?" The martial artist, who was addressed as Grandpa 2, said straightforwardly. After a moment, a neutral, gentle voice came from the crystal ball. "You're still as straightforward as ever, Second Elder." "Of course. Pope, how about giving me one of these? I'm not used to using a cell phone. I'm afraid I'll be cheated, and I have to run every once in a while. It's so tiring." The Pope's voice came again, smiling. "If you want it, I'll give it to you." "Ha ha ha, forget it. I'm not Old 6. Old 6 dares to take it, but I don't. If you sense it, who knows what will happen?" The Pope continued smiling. "Don't tell me you still don't trust the Pope, Second Elder?" "Trust?" Second Elder snorted. Then, he said coldly, "Forget about trust. Everyone in the world comes for benefits. If you pay the corresponding price, you'll be the Pope. When it's time to sell my life, I'll do it. If you can't pay, why should I trust others? Old 6, don't you guys have something to say?" "Say it." The black-robed martial artist was not surprised. There were 9 Salvation Elders. It was normal for some of them to be arrogant and unruly. The black-robed martial artist looked at the crystal ball and said slowly, "The Pope must have heard that Fan Ping is about to break through to rank 8. He's streaming the breakthrough. When the catacombs issued a kill order, Fan Ping was only rank 7. The difference between rank 7 and rank 8 is not small. The previous conditions are not enough now. I, 3rd Elder, and 8th Elder will all make a move this time. 3 rank 9 divine weapons, 1,500 caddies of life essence, 3 true king antiques. These are our new conditions." The Pope sighed softly. "Sixth Elder, why do you have to make such an impossible condition? Even if you kill a paragon, it's difficult to pay such a price. The previous price is already the limit. Pope, it's not like we don't know about this. Others might not say it, but among us, there might be spies from the Sino nation government. Of course, it doesn't matter. Fan Ping suddenly wants to break through on the island. I think it's more likely to lure us to make a move. However, humans die in pursuit of wealth, and birds die in pursuit of food. It depends on who can scheme better. However, Fan Ping is prepared, and the Sino nation government is prepared, that's for sure. The danger will be higher than what we think. The difficulty of killing a rank 7 Fang Ping and a rank 8 Fang Ping is completely different. If that's the case, it's necessary to give more. The black-robed martial artist continued. 2 royal courts, or maybe all 4 royal courts, put a bounty on him at the same time. Are you being so stingy? 3 rank 9 divine weapons, 1500 caddies of life essence, for the 4 royal courts. That shouldn't be too difficult, right? The Pope said softly. This, I will fight for everyone. It should be about the same, I'll go too. At this moment, someone on the phone suddenly said coldly, Elder Gio, you're coming too? The black-robed martial artist laughed. Aren't you afraid of something happening? Then you don't have to worry, Elder Gio. The two of them conversed for a while. On the phone, Elder Gio said, 3 true king antiques might be a little difficult, but I don't think 2 will be difficult. The Monster Plant and Monster Life Royal Court are determined to kill Fang Ping. 1 true king antique art each shouldn't be difficult, right? Also, a few copies of both true king antique arts must be made. The Pope said slowly. Copies? We might not be able to make a few copies of the real one. It's about to collapse. That's none of our business. Elder Gio continued. These 2 books, I don't think they're exquisite true king antique arts, so we need 2 sets for reference. The antique arts can be discussed. Those who want to participate now, say it now. Otherwise, after the conditions are stated, we'll do it, and the others do it. Then, the benefits will only belong to us. The others can forget about reaping without sowing. No one said anything? Then it'll be the 4 of us. Then 4 divine weapons, 2,000 caddies of life essence, 2 true king antique arts. The Pope said slowly. That's too much. The restricted area won't agree to it. Just give it a try, Pope. Fang Ping's threat isn't that easy to resolve. The number of rank 9s who died directly or indirectly in Fang Ping's hands is not a small number. 4 rank 9s risking their lives, isn't it worth it? The Pope said slowly. Your safety is still guaranteed. When the time comes, the catacombs will fully cooperate with you. What you need to do is to kill Fang Ping, the rank 7 martial artist. If you don't give him the chance to break through, he'll still be a rank 7. Fang Ping will have help, this is for sure. But he won't bring too many people, and the number of rank 9s in Sino Nation is also limited. Everything is under control. Right now, only a few can spare time. As he said that, the Pope said again, according to the news from my sect, this time Bei Gongyan might make a move. In order to keep us here, the few paragons might separate a mentality avatar for Fang Ping to save his life. Other than that, in order to lure us out, there won't be too many powerhouses protecting Fang Ping. Now, it seems that Qin Yaoting, Lu Polu, and the others will be one of the protectors. There will be 3 to 5 rank 8s. There will be about 10 rank 7s. MC Miyu will not sit and do nothing. Wu Quishan will probably not be able to leave, and Li Changxing might leave first before coming back. It will take time. If the 4 of them make a move together, 3rd, 6th, 8th, and 9th elders, 1 will block Bei Gongyan, and 1 will block Qin Yaoting and the others. The other 2 are responsible for ending the battle quickly and getting rid of Fang Ping as soon as possible. Finish the battle within 5 minutes and escape. This is the safest time. There is almost no risk. After 5 minutes, there will be some risks. The black-robed martial artist was silent for a moment. Will the paragons be restrained? You can rest assured about this, 6th Elder. My sect will not send you to your deaths. All of you are the backbone of the divine sect. Now, a great war is coming. All of you are the core of the divine sect. Without all of you, the divine sect will only linger on, unable to continue surviving. The catacombs is bent on killing Fang Ping. To eradicate a paragon who will be here soon, they will go all out. At this time, all the elders should have more trust in the divine sect and the catacombs. Will the Pope make a move? The Pope was silent for a moment. My sect will not make a move. If there is really trouble, Grand Elder will make a move and buy time for all of you to get out of danger. At this moment, another old voice came from the phone. I will make a move according to my discretion. Give me a copy of the true King's ultimate art. The black-robed martial artist laughed. Since Grand Elder is willing to hold the line, then there is nothing more to say. As for the true King's ultimate art, naturally, Grand Elder will have a share. Thank you very much, the Great Elder said and fell into silence again. The others breathed a sigh of relief. With Grand Elder holding the line at the critical moment, if there was an accident, they would have the confidence to escape. After all, it was 4 rank 9 elders attacking together. The Pope would not really watch them die. At this time, the Pope suddenly said, 7th Elder, are you not going to make a move this time? On the phone, the old voice that first spoke on the phone said, I won't join in the fun. Besides, I might not have the chance to make a move that day. The Pope chuckled. That's true. However, if 7th Elder has any news, you can tell the others to avoid losses. The divine sect has suffered a lot in the past 2 years. With the development of the information age, it has become more difficult for the divine sect to recruit new people. Especially in Sino Nation, the losses are even worse. A few times, it has been related to Fang Ping. If we kill Fang Ping, not only can we get the benefits promised by the catacombs, but Fang Ping himself is also a treasure trove. It's worth making a move. When the war starts, the countries will give up some areas. Then, it will be the divine sect's opportunity. 7th Elder, when the time comes, you will also have a place to use your skills. There is no need to feign civility anymore. 7th Elder said lightly. We'll see. Fan Ping has reversed the situation of the catacombs war a few times. I actually still admire him. Once he enters the top, maybe he will bring about a different result. In my opinion, he has more potential than Zhang Tao, Li Jin, and the others. He may be the reincarnation of the Devil Emperor Unquestionable Sword. If he really walks the third path, he may not be helpless against the catacombs. I don't approve of killing Fang Ping. However, since everyone wants to try, I won't stop you. If he really dies in your hands, it means that he is not the one who will save humanity. However, other than Fang Ping, the rest of you should kill less. If these high-ranked martial artists die, it will also be a great loss to humanity's strength. The Pope smiled. The black-robed martial artist said lightly, If these people don't make a move and don't court death themselves, we won't bother with them. Moreover, Fang Ping may not be able to break through to the top. On the contrary, we may have a chance of breaking through to the desperate realm after getting the benefits from the catacombs this time. Also, Fang Ping has provoked the catacombs many times and started a war. Those people see him as a hero. Little do they know, because of Fang Ping, when the war breaks out in the future, Fang Ping's actions today may cause more killings. They have endured for so many years. Now that their strength is not enough, they actually want to counterattack. Chapter 697. McMao. Southern Area. Below Fang Ping's crystal pagoda, it was a lively scene. President, don't just stand there. Come and eat something. President, your legs are trembling. Come and have a drink. President, don't bother me. Fang Yuan's face was red with anger. With the energy stone on his back, his legs were shaking. He yelled madly, Move away! Beside him, Songya looked innocent. She whispered, Yuan, let's just forget about it. We have to come. Vice-Chancellor Fang said that if you really stand there for 10 days, he'll expel us. Do you think he can expel us just because he says so? Fan Yuan said angrily. You just believed him? You betrayed me? Songya was helpless. She whispered, Vice-Chancellor Fang has the right to expel people. My dad said that if he wants to expel people, no one can stop him. You! Fan Yuan was furious. She let out a shrill scream. This was too much. Fang Ping was too much. The girls around him covered their ears. They were also very innocent. Fan Yuan decided to ignore them. She closed her eyes and continued to rock the energy stone. Under the crystal pagoda. In the underground mineral vein. Fang Ping inhaled lightly. Old Man Li, Lu Polu, and even Wu Quishan surrounded him one after another. Wu Quishan said in a low voice, Are you confident? If you are, then let's start. The few of us will work together to seal off the aura so that the energy won't leak and the golden body projection won't be exposed. Fang Ping inhaled again and said, I'm confident. If 3000 Hertz can guide it, then it won't be a problem. If it doesn't work, I'll hone my brain for a while longer. There are still a few days left anyway. If it really doesn't work, I'll change the date. It's not a big deal. Everyone laughed. Old Manly glanced at him and said again, If it really doesn't work, then we'll avoid it. I know. As he said that, Fang Ping took a deep breath. In the mineral vein, rich energy surged toward him. Wu Quishan and the others started sealing off the aura. Fang Ping absorbed the energy while staring at the data on the interface. Wealth, 177 million points vitality, 42,280 calories, 42,280 calories, mentality, 2,999 Hertz, 2,999 Hertz, destructive power? Bone honing, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 90%, storage space, 1,000 cubic meters, plus, energy barrier, 1 point/minute, plus, aura simulation, 10 per minute, plus, his golden body was about to complete the first forging. After completing the first refinement of the golden body, one's vitality could reach up to 50,000 calories, but that was for a complete golden body. Today, Fang Ping's internal organs were not yet golden, including the last bone marrow in his skull. To be able to complete the golden body without guiding the last bone marrow, and have a vitality of more than 42,000 calories was already extraordinary. I hope I can borrow the power of the transformation to complete the second refinement of the golden body. In the new martial arts era, most peak rank 8 martial artists could complete the 5 refinements of the golden body. Completing the first refinement would mean entering rank 8. Completing the second refinement would mean early stage rank 8, and the third refinement would mean middle stage rank 8. After completing the second refinement of the golden body, Fang Ping was a true early stage rank 8 powerhouse. Not the so-called early stage of rank 8. Lu Pola was currently at early stage rank 8. After staring at the data for a while, Fang Ping's vitality suddenly erupted. His body shone with a golden light, and the house of gold appeared in the underground mineral vein. Rise! Fang Ping growled. In the next moment, the house of gold began to swell and become bigger. The golden light on Fang Ping's body became more intense. Large amounts of imperishable matter circulated on his body. In the blink of an eye, the Sanjiao Gate and the Celestial Bridge appeared too. The brain nucleus quickly appeared in front of everyone. Fang Ping's Sanjiao Gate opened instantly, and large amounts of energy surged toward the brain nucleus. Not only vitality force, but mentality, including large amounts of golden imperishable matter, also surged toward the brain nucleus. Crack! A sound that seemed to come from another world was heard. Everyone focused their attention on Fang Ping's brain nucleus. Wu Quishan tried his best to seal off the vitality as he growled. Don't force it. If you can't do it, then hone for a while more. I can. Fang Ping's answer was sonorous and forceful. It was only the 3000 Hertz barrier. Previously, without the method of honing the brain nucleus, he felt that he could break through the barrier by force. Now, he had a fundamental way to improve it. As long as he could hone the brain nucleus to become stronger and sturdier, breaking through this barrier would not be a problem. Crack, crack. In the void, the brain nucleus kept emitting faint cracking sounds. Everyone's hearts were in their throats. Before this, they did not know where the brain nucleus was. That was fine. If they forced it, they would not feel anything. However, now that they saw the location of the brain nucleus and heard the faint cracking sounds coming from the brain nucleus, they became nervous instead. What if he really exploded from overeating? If it shattered, could Fang Ping still survive? Still, they had some doubts. Were all the previous breakthroughs like this? Or was Fang Ping special this time? Crack, crack. Although the brain nucleus was cracking, the influx of energy was also mending it continuously. The crystal-clear brain nucleus now looked like a rhombus-shaped cube. Some cracks on the surface made this cube even more dazzling and eye-catching. The cube was overflowing with rich mentality. Fang Ping did not look sideways. He continued to pour in energy and imperishable matter. After about 30 seconds, the cracking sounds gradually weakened. The golden imperishable matter continued mending the small cracks rapidly. The initially crystal-clear brain nucleus was now expanding slowly, becoming brighter and brighter, mixed with a hint of gold. Break! Fang Ping choked out another word from his throat. With a low roar, the golden house beside him expanded with a bang. At the same time, the brain nucleus rapidly turned pale gold. Fang Ping did not even have time to look at the data. At this moment, the golden house suddenly disappeared, turning into pure mentality. However, it was golden mentality. At this moment, Fang Ping realized for the first time that mentality was different. Materialized objects could actually gather and disperse at will. Before this, his materialized objects turning into the golden house could not do it. If it dispersed, then it would really disperse, and there was no way to gather again. However, at this moment, Fang Ping did it. The golden mentality flew toward Fang Ping's brain nucleus. In the next moment, all of it merged into the brain nucleus. The brain nucleus shone with a golden light. At this moment, the brain nucleus that was still in the center of the Sanjiao Gate suddenly took the initiative and flew toward Fang Ping's head. Everyone's eyes were glued to it. Until today, everyone finally knew how the rank 8 breakthrough was done. The mentality was withdrawn into the brain nucleus. At this moment, the brain nucleus would enter the brain, guiding the final changes in the bone marrow. Fang Ping, pay attention! Wu Quishan growled. Fang Ping did not speak because at this moment, the brain nucleus had already flown over, like an invisible substance, directly entering his head. The moment the brain nucleus entered his head, Fang Ping suddenly felt as if his head was going to explode. A wave of thick and mighty mentality exploded in his mind. Golden light shot out from Fang Ping's head. Wu Quishan and the others roared one after another. At this moment, a shadow rose from the mentality barrier that they had set up. That was the projection of power. The shadow gradually solidified, but it did not soar high into the sky. At this moment, everyone noticed something different. The shadow became more and more real. Fang Ping's bones, blood vessels, brain, internal organs. At this moment, it was as if they were being dissected for everyone to see. Everyone saw that Fang Ping's entire body was almost covered in golden light. Only the depths of his brain was a little gray area. As well as his internal organs, they were also sparkling and translucent. In the gray area of his brain, streams of golden liquid were flowing, rolling, and dragging the gray matter, as if trying to drag the gray matter into it. However, the golden liquid seemed to be unable to be dragged. Oh no! Wu Quishan frowned. His mentality has just reached 3000 Hz, slightly weaker than the average peak rank 7. It seems like it can't be pulled. Fang Ping. Just as Wu Quishan was about to speak, he noticed something strange. Initially, the golden liquid was the projection of mentality. There was only so much of it. However, at this moment, this golden liquid was expanding continuously, becoming thicker and stronger. Fang Ping, who was sitting cross-legged on the ground, did not make a sound, but he stared at it. This was the first time he saw the recovery process of mentality clearly. Where did the source of the system's power come from? He did not see it. He only saw that his mentality was recovering continuously, at its most powerful period, dragging the gray matter into it. Some of the gray matter was gradually turning into golden matter. It's still a little lacking, Fan Ping muttered in his heart. 3000 Hz mentality could actually guide the skull bone marrow to turn into a golden body. However, the strength seemed to be insufficient. The speed was extremely slow. Fan Ping subconsciously looked at the data panel in front of him. Bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 91% plus. The speed is too slow. But there's a plus sign again. This means that I've already met the requirements to hone the skull bone marrow. Fan Ping took a deep breath. He had honed all the 206 bones a long time ago. He had also honed the bone marrow of 177 bones. Only the bone marrow of the skull had not changed. He knew that the moment the skull bone marrow changed would be the time for him to truly forge a golden body. That was why he did not pay attention to it before. Now, the opportunity was here. Since my mentality is slightly lacking, then I'll rely on the system's power to hone my bone marrow. Fan Ping's heart stirred. In the blink of an eye, the data changed again. Bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 1 bone, 92% plus, 28 bones, 91% plus. Increased by 1%. Used up 10,000 wealth points. It's still acceptable. He had honed to 91% previously. Honing a bone marrow required 90,000 wealth points. 63 million wealth points was enough. Luckily it's now. Even if I could, I didn't have the money to hone it. 3 billion. Now, more than 20 billion was nothing to Fan Ping. However, when he had honed his bones, he was only rank 5. He was not as rich as he was now. Fan Ping did not think about this anymore. Instead, he looked at the virtual image. This projection of power clearly recorded the changes in his body. When Fan Ping used the system's power to hone, he suddenly discovered the source of the power. In the sky, the Sanjiao Gate suddenly disappeared. The moment it disappeared, Fan Ping could sense that the Sanjiao Gate and the Celestial Bridge seemed to have entered his brain. Faintly, Fan Ping could feel something. There was power seeping out from the Sanjiao Gate. The power that was pulling the gray earlier had turned from 1 to 2. 1 was a golden liquid flow. That was the power of mentality. The other seemed to be an invisible power. That was the power of the Sanjiao Gate. No, it should be the power of the system. The power source of system honing comes from the Sanjiao Gate. Where does the Sanjiao Gate lead to? At this moment, Fan Ping had endless fantasies. A long time ago, Fan Ping had been thinking that the Sanjiao Gate was made up of 3 gateways. The gateways actually led to an endless dark zone. Where did the gateways lead to? He had no idea how these 3 half-real and half-fake gateways came into being and how they appeared. The source of power seemed to originate from the Sanjiao Gate. Had anyone entered the Sanjiao Gate before? Fan Ping did not know. At this moment, Fan Ping's thoughts were just thoughts. He was not in the mood to think about it further. Even the apex might not know anything about this. Fan Ping stared at the projection. The speed at which the gray substance turned into the golden substance was much faster. Beside him, Wu Quishan and the others gave Fan Ping a strange look. Earlier, because Fan Ping's mentality was not strong enough, the speed of the transformation was extremely slow. Everyone saw it. Now, however, the speed was unbelievably fast. Fan Ping's Sanjiao Gate disappeared into the void. Everyone saw it too. Was that the power of the resurrected martial artists? The power that the resurrected martial artists left behind in their past lives had been awakened now. Among the crowd, Li Hansong saw it the most carefully. There seemed to be something else in his life gate that he had not taken out yet. Did the source of the resurrected martial artist's power come from the Sanjiao Gate? Fan Ping could awaken the power of his past life from the Sanjiao Gate. What about him? Could he try it from this aspect? Fan Ping did not have time to care about what these people thought. In the next moment, the gray substance suddenly turned golden. Immediately after, an extremely powerful golden flow surged toward Fan Ping's internal organs. Fan Ping had no time to look at the projection anymore. Crackling sounds came from his golden body. At this moment, Fan Ping could clearly feel that his internal organs were transforming. Phew! Fan Ping exhaled continuously. Each time he exhaled, a large amount of dirty airflow spurted out. Old Manly shouted, "Use the imperishable substance to hone your body quickly. Hone your body together with this power, quick." Fan Ping did not delay, immediately starting to transform the imperishable substance. Large amounts of imperishable substance surged into his internal organs, into his torso, into his bone marrow, as if trying to fill himself up. Crack, crack, crack. Waves of crisp sounds were heard. Fan Ping's body suddenly grew bigger and swelled up. The hair on his head also began to fall. All the hair on his body fell off. As soon as it fell off, Fan Ping immediately consumed energy to maintain the growth. His hair grew at a speed visible to the naked eye, but it turned golden. Seeing that Fan Ping was staring at his lower body, Old Manly could not help but scold. "Hurry up and hone your body! What are you looking at? If it's golden, then it's golden. When the power dissipates, naturally it'll still be its normal color." Li Han Song almost could not hold it in anymore. After holding it in for a while, he laughed foolishly. "Fan Ping, use more imperishable substance to hone there too. Get lost." Fan Ping almost choked. "Mother ***, when I'm breaking through, you actually have the time to talk nonsense. It's true. Otherwise, it's too weak. It's also considered a weakness. Although if it's broken, it can still be reborn. Instructor, chop him to death." Fan Ping was exasperated. Ironhead had become arrogant now. While he was breaking through, he actually started to tease him. Li Han Song laughed for a while, but in the next moment, his expression stiffened. Not only him, but the others were also speechless. Fan Ping did not pay attention to anything. When he felt the atmosphere was different, he could not help but raise his head. At this moment, Fan Ping's expression changed drastically. ***T. He forgot that the golden projection was still there. Ha! Everyone suddenly laughed hysterically. In the void on the side of the golden projection, the golden glow of its lower body was incomparably brilliant, and a lot of it was concentrated somewhere. Li Han Song punched his chest hard, forcing himself not to laugh. Fan Ping, this fellow said that he did not want it, but he was actually secretly honing it. Did this fellow forget that the projection was still there? No matter how sneakily he touched it, everyone could see it. How extravagant! Old Manly suddenly sighed. How extravagant! Who would use so much imperishable matter to hone that thing when breaking through to rank 8? The key was that there was no imperishable matter. Just entering rank 8, a little bit of imperishable matter would be produced, but the amount was extremely small. This amount of imperishable matter was enough to complete the forging of a martial artist's golden body. Fan Ping, on the other hand, actually had a lot of imperishable matter to hone these. Old Manly maintained his chi activity and said, "Continue to use some imperishable matter to hone the strength of a divine weapon and see." This time, Fan Ping's expression really darkened. What did he mean? At a critical moment, maybe it can be used as a divine weapon. Others can't think of it, Old Li. Fan Ping's tone was unfriendly. You're the one using it as a divine weapon. I'm not going to play this gangster. Harumphing, Fan Ping ignored him and continued to convert large amounts of imperishable matter, honing his body again and again. Fan Ping began honing every part of his body. Rumble! Fan Ping sat on the ground, but he realized that the ground was starting to sink. Old Manly shouted, "Control your strength. You're almost 10,000 caddies now, don't collapse." At this time, Fan Ping also felt this. His flesh seemed to be getting heavier and heavier. The golden body of his internal organs was about to be completed. Previously, he was only 3,000 caddies, but all of a sudden, he seemed to have become a lot heavier. Rumble. This time, the rumbling sound was heard again. However, it was not the sound that came from the ground, but from his internal organs. Fan Ping's teeth turned golden in an instant, a brilliant golden color. His mouth was full of big golden teeth. His eyes, including his pupils, turned golden in an instant. Fingernails, blood vessels, every part of his body had turned golden. Rumble. In his body, a surge of power came out, bombarding Fan Ping's flesh. Every bombardment made Fan Ping's body tremble. Waves of filthy airflow were expelled from Fan Ping's body. Golden body cleansing. All the impurities in your body will be expelled. Every time you forge a golden body, it will make the golden body denser and stronger. Every time, it will expel the tiny impurities in your body. At rank 8, your body will be like colored glass, pure and without any impurities. From now on, you can say goodbye to food in a real sense. You will no longer need anything. You will not eat the food of the mortal world. This is a god. Fan Ping had no time to listen to these. At this time, every bombardment of power was from the inside out, expelling the impurities in his body. And every time it was expelled, Fan Ping realized that there seemed to be some cracks in his golden body. At this time, the others would not care. It was the same for those who had forged fewer golden bodies. However, Fan Ping did not stay idle. He began to fill in, compress, hone, and plug up these cracks with a large amount of imperishable matter. Once the imperishable matter entered his body, it was instantly absorbed and digested. At this time, Fan Ping realized something was different. Inside his body, it seemed to have produced his own imperishable matter. The imperishable matter in his body was produced from his golden body. It was very, very little. It was so little that Fan Ping thought it was negligible. This was the imperishable matter that he had produced when he reached rank 8 golden body. Fan Ping did not care about the imperishable matter that he produced anymore. He was still consuming the imperishable matter regardless of the cost, honing his golden body. The newly forged golden body seemed to be extremely empty, lacking the imperishable matter. No matter how much Fan Ping converted, it was absorbed rapidly. 10 elemental force, 100 elemental force, 1,000 elemental force. Fan Ping was shocked. It was so much, yet it was still absorbing. 1,000 vitality of destruction was more than what a rank 9 could achieve. Not just more, it was a lot more. However, at this time, it was still absorbed by his golden body. One yuan of power was equivalent to 10 C of celestiality, and 1 C of celestiality was equivalent to 500 calories of vitality force. In other words, 22 yuan of destructive power was actually equivalent to 110,000 calories of vitality force. This was the power of the destructive power. Powerhouses who used destructive power to fight were even more powerful. Of course, powerhouses could convert it into celestiality to fight, and its destructive power was also very strong. However, in terms of pure quality and destructive power, celestiality was not as good as the destructive power. It did not have any feedback effect on powerhouses either. Instead, it would hurt the body and the powerhouse's mentality. I feel like I've become a lot stronger. The increase in vitality isn't considered much, just 1.5 times of what it was before. But I feel like my strength has increased by at least 5 times. Fan Ping threw a punch, not at anyone else, but at Li Hansong. There was a rumble. Li Hansong was like a hanging painting, slowly sliding down from the mentality barrier that Wu Quishan and the others had set up, his face full of innocence and grievance. King hit me again. I've only been hung up and beaten for a while, and here it comes again. Ha ha, I've really become a lot stronger. Previously, my own hands hurt when I hit metal heads. Now, it's so refreshing. Fan Ping laughed. After completing the second stage of Golden Body and activating the third stage, he felt like he was much, much stronger than before. At this moment, Fan Ping's whole body was golden yellow. He muttered, I think I can be sold like gold, and the purest kind at that. 10,000 caddies of gold, 5 tons, I can sell it for a high price. Everyone rolled their eyes at him. When would this guy learn to be more reasonable? You can only say that to yourself. If you say that to other golden body powerhouses, they will beat you to death. However, Fan Ping had entered rank 8 so quickly and completed the second stage of golden body. Everyone was still amazed. A 20-year-old rank 7, a 20-year-old rank 8, September 08, Fan Ping enrolled. Aspiring martial artist. October 10th, Fan Ping was a little more than 2 years after he became rank 8. As for Fan Ping, he was also a little emotional. He still remembered that when he was rank 4, he thought to himself, I'll be rank 4 in 1 year, rank 8 in 2 years, rank 12 in 3 years. Originally, it was just a joke, to amuse himself. But who knew, it really came true. Although 2 years had passed, to martial artists, a month or so was nothing. He had actually reached rank 8 in a little more than 2 years. It was an unbelievable thing. He did not expect it to be so fast. Rank 8. I've achieved a golden body. Fan Ping was filled with emotions, and for a moment, he was a little absent-minded. But he still felt that something was missing. Right, where was Qin Fengqin? He had forgotten. Chapter 698. On the 3rd of October, Fan Ping broke through to rank 8. No one knew that at this moment, Fan Ping had advanced to rank 8 without a sound. When he came out of the underground mineral vein, Fan Ping still had rank 7 aura. He disguised his aura, 10 wealth points per minute. That was 600 points per hour, more than 10,000 points a day. Fan Ping did not care about this expenditure at all. Disguising for 7 to 8 days was nothing. No one knew that Fan Ping had broken through. Other than a few people in MCMAU who knew, the others did not believe it because it was not Fan Ping's style. Breaking through without a sound. Was that still Fan Ping? Coming out of the underground mineral vein, Fan Ping saw Fan Yuan, whose legs were trembling. 3 days. This girl had been standing here for 3 days with hundreds of caddies of energy stones on her back. Fan Ping was really surprised. He did not know what to say. His sister seemed to have really grown up. He dared not imagine that his sister could have such perseverance. Sigh. He sighed softly, indescribably complicated. On the 4th of October, Fan Ping was not busy with anything else but preparing to help Qin Fengqin break through. He did not choose to do it in the mineral vein. Fan Ping was worried that the mineral vein would explode. Southern area, seaside. On this day, almost all the MCMAU grandmasters came. In the middle of the crowd, Qin Fengqin was grinning from ear to ear. He circled the big crystal furnace in the center and grinned. Who made this furnace? It's beautiful, yes. They should carve some patterns on it. Wu Quishan ignored him. This time, he came out of the catacombs to protect Fan Ping in secret, but on the surface, it was for Qin Fengqin. Any powerhouse who had a chance to become a grandmaster breaking through was a big deal. However, Qin Fengqin was not breaking through. This guy was still planting trees with golden eggs on his head. Wu Quishan exhaled softly. After a long time, he looked at the beaming Qin Fengqin and said in a low voice, Qin Fengqin! 28 years ago, I was still an instructor in MCMAU. That year, your father got into MCMAU with excellent results. The old vice-chancellor saw that he had outstanding talent. The vice-chancellor who had not accepted any students for a few years accepted your father. Your father did not disappoint. In just a few years he entered the middle ranks. That era was different from the present. Everyone had to rely on their own hard work, and there were only a few vitality pills. The effects of the vitality pills back then were not as strong as they were now, and there was almost no energy on Earth. Just like that, your father entered level 4 before graduating and was praised as the most promising heavenly son of the current generation to enter level 7. Compared to your father, Li Changxing was slightly inferior. After graduation, your father joined MCMAU as an instructor and became our colleague. Your mother was just a normal person. Your father married your mother because he hoped that his wife would not have to go to the catacombs and not know what he was doing. When he had his own children, your father also told us before that he did not want them to practice martial arts. Even when we laughed at him and said that he had no guts, he never cared. Your father is a gentleman. Back in MCMAU, everyone said that your father was a good man. Even though he was talented and achieved rank 5 before the age of 30, he was not arrogant at all. Back then, cultivating to rank 5 before the age of 30 was as difficult as rank 7 now. Just when everyone thought that your father could become MCMAU's third Grand Master level powerhouse after the Vice-Chancellor and Old Lu, an accident happened. Skygate City's riot. Your father fought in the catacombs and died in the catacombs. Back then, you were still young. Before your father died, the one thing he could not let go of was you. Even when he fought until the last moment of his life, he could not let go of you and your mother. Suicide Saber Qin Nanxing, the most dazzling genius of that era. So dazzling that everyone thought that he would not die, but he died in the catacombs. He died in the catacombs at the age of 34. You are Qin Nanxing's son. You are Suicide Saber's son. Qin Nanxing's biggest hope was that his son would not become a martial artist. Sad but respectable. Back then, not now. Back then, martial artists were really bitter, too bitter. Bitter to the point that all powerhouses, without exception, did not want their children to become martial artists and their descendants to die in the catacombs. At this moment, Wu Quishan had a lot to say. He even felt a little sympathetic. Back then, he was more arrogant than Qin Nanxing. Qin Nanxing, the most dazzling prodigy, did not dare to let his son practice martial arts, but he insisted on letting his daughter practice martial arts. Qin Nanxing married an ordinary person as his wife, but he married a powerhouse like Lu Fengru as his wife. Both of their choices were completely opposite, but the stronger the martial artists of that era, the more miserable it was. His daughter died in the catacombs, and Qin Nanxing died in the catacombs at a young age, leaving behind an orphan and a widow. However, sometimes, fate was really unpredictable. Qin Nanxing's biggest hope in this life was for his wife and son to live a peaceful life. Who would have thought that his son would be admitted into MCMAU after his death? Not only did he get into MCMAU, but he also became the craziest martial artist among MCMAU's students. Time and time again in the catacombs, time and time again risking his life, time and time again, Qin Nanxing probably did not expect this to happen. He probably did not want to see this either. Wu Quishan's expression became even more complicated. He sighed softly. Now you have entered the mentality-vitality-unity realm. This is a happy and good thing. Feng Qing, your father's biggest wish was for you to be safe. Now you have to train your body in the blazing fire. If you are not careful, you will die. If your father knew that you died right under our noses. In the future, when you meet your father in the underworld. Sigh. Qin Feng Qing chuckled. Vice-Chancellor, are you cursing me? Will I die here? Don't joke around. Qin Feng Qing looked around and laughed. I won't die so easily. If I die from just a mere energy flame body tempering, then I might as well stop practicing martial arts. Don't even mention that old man of mine. His thoughts are his thoughts. He never told me. If I don't practice martial arts, what would I be doing now? Going to work from 9 to 5? Earning 3,000 to 5,000 a month, marrying a wife who I don't know has a common language with, and carrying on the family line? Was he envious of the martial artists? I've never regretted becoming a martial artist. I've seen a new world. I've seen everything I wanted to see. Can ordinary people understand the wonders I've experienced? I'm 23 years old, but what I've seen, and experienced are things that ordinary people can never experience in their entire lives. I don't want to one day, because of the catacombs invasion, I don't know anything. I don't want to die without knowing how I died. I only have one thing, and that is that even if I die, I will die with a bang. If I, Qin Feng Qing, die, then I will bite off a piece of flesh from the person who killed me. Die here? How is this possible? Qin Feng Qing laughed heartily. He leaped up and stood on top of the huge furnace. He looked at Fang Ping and smiled. Come on, you've already agreed. Hurry up and pour the energy liquid. Today, I, Qin Feng Qing, will become a Grand Master here. Make a name for yourself. Fang Ping glanced at him and said mildly, If you die, that old lady of yours who cried herself blind probably won't be able to live either. She lost her husband when she was young and her son when she was old. She didn't even have anyone to take care of her when she was old. Qin Feng Qing shouted. Who isn't like this in this era? Fang Ping, do you know what I despise the most about you? Hypocrite! Qin Feng Qing scolded. You are so king hypocritical, do you know that? After embarking on the path of martial arts, who would have a way out? Have you? Have I? Has your sister? Not a single one. You clearly know that there is no way out. You can only move forward. Yet you insist on stopping and saying a few pretentious words. In my opinion, you're just taking off your pants and farting. It's superfluous. There is no way out. No one does. Including those ordinary people. If the catacombs are not destroyed, who would have a way out? He walked to the stove and a big bottle appeared in his hand. He stared at the stove for a while, then poured the energy fluid inside. Qin Feng Qing was slightly excited. Once again, he leaped onto a small platform above the stove. Burn it! Qin Feng Qing could not wait. Beside him, Wu Quishan and the others were silent. Fang Ping finally asked, Nothing else? Nothing else. That's all. I'm fine anyway. What if? F***ck, that's a bit of a wet blanket. What if something happens? Just give me some food to eat and tell me that I went to make a fortune. Okay. Fang Ping did not say anything else. He released his mentality and merged it into the energy fluid. The mentality fire ignited the energy fluid instantly. Ah! As soon as it was ignited, Qin Feng Qing screamed. The clothes on his body turned into ashes instantly. His hair disappeared without a trace. Awesome! With a scream, Qin Feng Qing suddenly laughed maniacally. He laughed with his naked body. Awesome! Awesome! At this moment, a black mist-like substance rose from his body continuously. Bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt. The energy fire began to rise. It spread under his feet, burning all the way. It did not burn his flesh. Instead, it ignited the energy and vitality in his body. Awesome! Qin Feng Qing screamed. Fang Ping ignored him. Beside him, Li Hansong stretched out his hand to test it. In the next moment, an invisible flame ignited on his hand. Li Hansong frowned. His physique was not much weaker than Fang Ping's before he broke through. However, when the flame burned on his hand, the pain was unbearable. Sigh! Li Hansong shook his head slightly. He looked at the naked Qin Feng Qing. This guy was laughing maniacally. He did not know how long he could hold on. Fang Ping and Li Hansong both took a few steps back. The others walked over one after another. Lu Fengri glanced at Qin Feng Qing. Suddenly, she shouted, Qin Feng Qing, restrain yourself for me. Otherwise, I'll take a video and upload it online. Qin Feng Qing grimaced. He had no choice. He turned around, his butt facing Lu Fengru. He was already so old, yet he still cared about this. Women were so troublesome. Lu Fengru was helpless. She glanced at the energy flame that was spreading on his body. She frowned slightly and looked at Wu Quishan. Wu Quishan shook his head. He set up a barrier and said quickly, There are too many impurities in his body. This guy reached rank 6 in a mere 4 years. He's about to reach rank 7. One honing. This is almost impossible. Actually, it hasn't even been 4 years. He was only rank 3 when he entered junior year. In 2 years he went from rank 3 to rank 7. It's all because of these impurities. Now that he wants to burn these impurities, he's actually burning his origin energy. His vitality. I'm worried that he might not be able to hold on, Fang Ping said in a low voice. Now that things have come to this, there's no point in talking anymore. This guy chose his own path. He can't blame anyone else. If he really dies, he deserves it. Sigh. The few of them sighed again, speechless for a while. As for Qin Fengqin, he did not shout anymore. The next moment, he suddenly kicked the platform on top of the furnace away and jumped straight into the furnace. Fang Ping frowned. Wu Quishan even cursed in a low voice. Mother Cur, this bastard. He's not like his father at all. The furnace had now become a big pot. Qin Fengqin was soaking in the energy liquid. There was no hair on his body. He was bald. His voice was hoarse, but he was still smiling. He should make a bathtub. The person who built this thing completely didn't consider the user's thoughts. Bad review. As he spoke, an energy flame spurted from his mouth. In the blink of an eye, his tongue was burned into a bloody mess. Fan Ping's expression changed slightly. He shouted in a low voice. Mother Cur, can you shut up? Seal all your pores and shut your beak. Let the energy circulate in your body. Aha! Qin Fengqin nodded hurriedly. Then, he could not hold it in anymore. He opened his mouth wide, his voice even hoarser. F***, you're not allowed to scream. I don't feel comfortable if I don't scream, hiss. In the time it took to say this sentence, this guy's tongue was almost black from the heat. Fan Ping's expression was cold. He ignored him. This time, Qin Fengqin shut up. Not only did he shut up, but after some thought, he suddenly dove into the energy liquid. The sizzling sound was getting louder and louder. Above the furnace, all kinds of messy black and blood-colored energy were ignited and destroyed continuously. Fan Ping and the others were helpless. The messy energy in this guy's body was really too much. If this went on, perhaps this guy would really be burned to ashes in the end. Above their heads, the golden egg tree was also swaying unsteadily. It was starting to show signs of collapse. The energy flame had already burned to mentality. A muffled groan came from the furnace. Perhaps only he knew how painful it was to have his mentality burned. The arrogant Qin Fengqin could no longer be arrogant at this moment. Just as the energy flame was still burning fiercely. While Fang Ping and the others were silent, a figure appeared beside them. He's a tough guy. What a pity. Fang Ping turned his head and said, What's there to pity? Jiang Tao said with a faint smile. It's a pity. You're almost turning him into a bootlicker. Isn't it a pity? If he doesn't bootlicker, you'll give him resources to cultivate? Jiang Tao was speechless. Suddenly, he did not know whether to laugh or cry. Yes, if he'd bootlicker with Fang Ping, at least he could get cultivation resources. If he bootlicker with old Zhang, there was a high probability that he would not get it. Not talking about this, Jiang Tao looked at everyone and said, Now it's all up to him. Once the energy goes out of control and he can't control it, it will explode instantly. Even I can't reverse it. If the energy flame burns all over his body, I can't guarantee whether he can continue to control it. As he said that, he added, Of course, if he can really control it and burn the impurities in his body, it will be very beneficial to him. It's equivalent to another chance to be reborn. Even his mentality will be purer. Everyone nodded slightly. Beside him, Li Han Song suddenly said, Can adding some imperishable substance make it easier for him? Jiang Tao shook his head and said, Don't mess around. The imperishable substance is also a type of energy. A powerful energy, the destructive force. Once the destructive force is ignited, with his current condition, he will be blown to pieces instantly. Li Han Song felt a little regretful. Fan Ping could not help but curse in a low voice. This guy owes me more than 100 billion. If he dies just like this, I'll suffer a huge loss. I hate people who don't pay their debts the most. Also, he forgot to write an IOU this time. I don't know where to collect the debt if he dies. Zhang Tao glanced at him and smiled faintly. Are you scolding me indirectly? No. Don't worry too much. He's very tough. He hasn't died after wandering in the catacombs for so long. He won't die so easily. You, on the other hand, worry more about yourself. Fan Ping said indifferently. I've prepared everything that needs to be prepared. The rest is up to you, Minister. There's nothing I can do even if I die. Coincidentally, you guys don't have to pay your debts anymore. We can even celebrate. Kid, do I owe you money? Zhang Tao chuckled and said playfully. I don't owe you money. Are you imagining things? Fan Ping rolled his eyes and ignored him, continuing to look at the furnace. In the furnace, the energy flame was rising and the energy liquid was boiling. Qin Fengqing's bald head was exposed outside. At this moment, the top of his head was red. Vitality was surging and his scalp was burning. Bang! A muffled sound came from the furnace. Fan Ping frowned. Seeing this, Zhang Tao released his mentality and quickly stabilized the furnace. He said, If you want to vent, vent. As soon as he said this, the muffled sound in the furnace grew louder. Rumble! Qin Fengqing punched the furnace wall, one punch after another. The energy flame rose extremely high. Wisps of black fog were burned away quickly. The tree planted in the golden egg had already withered. The golden egg was also collapsing rapidly. How much longer do you need? Fan Ping asked. Zhang Tao calculated for a while and said, About an hour. Fan Ping's expression changed. He said in a low voice, Didn't you say it would be fast? Zhang Tao said lightly. I told him. He knows himself. Who said it would be fast? You, don't look at me. I respect everyone's choice. Fan Ping took a deep breath. Without looking at the furnace, he said in a low voice, 11 rank 8 martial artists. Do you have a candidate for minister? Hearing this, Zhang Tao felt a headache coming on. He said, You're asking for too much. They all have to be rank 8 second refinement. There are only slightly more than 100 rank 8s on the Sino Nation ranking list. If you add them up, there are only about 10 or 20 second refinement rank 8. You want me to find 11 at once, Minister? Let's cut the small talk and get straight to the point. Do you have a candidate in mind? Zhang Tao gave him a look. This kid's temper was not small today. He could not be bothered to argue with him. Zhang Tao said in a low voice, There aren't that many second refinement rank 8. I've found 8 for you in total. There are 3 first refinement rank 8. That's fine. Can they stop 2 rank 9s? It'll be difficult. Among the evil sex Salvation Elders, there are very few weak rank 9s. According to the intelligence, there are 4 elders, 3rd, 6th, 8th, and 9th, who will take action this time. There's also Grand Elder hiding in the dark. Among these 5 elders, only 9th elder is weak rank 9s. It's hard to say for 8th elder. Maybe, maybe not. 11 first and second refinement rank 8 martial artists will have no problem dealing with 2 weak rank 9s. But once. Of course, I'll ask them to do their best to hold back the 2 evil sect elders. 5. Fan Ping took a deep breath. They can hold back 2? Try your best. The other 3 are all experts of the Tao of Essence? Yes. How strong is Grand Elder? I'm not sure, but he's at least in the top 10 of Sino Nation. I mean below the top. Top 10. Isn't that about the same as Leader Zhao and the rest? And this is the lowest estimate. Fan Ping frowned. Vice-Chancellor Chen is a 3rd refinement rank 8 and has a divine weapon. Vice-Chancellor Nan is a 5th refinement rank 8. He's considered very strong. Old Lu is only a 1st refinement rank 8. The 3 of them can at most hold back 6th elder. If this is the order of strength. At most, and it's extremely dangerous. Then Grand Elder and Third Elder. Zhang Tao pondered. Leave Third Elder to Bei Gong Xian. Grand Elder's side is a little troublesome. Of course, he might not make a move. If he does, don't worry, someone will stop him. That's not the point. This time, 5 Salvation Elders were deployed, but I'm not sure if it's all of them. If that's all, we can still hold on. But now, there's still no news from the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 15th Elders. Which Elder is the Dragon King? 7th Elder. But he can't make a move, then the other 4 might make a move? Yes. Don't these people already know about the few of you? Why don't we just kill them and be done with it? No, we'll be in trouble if we alert the enemy. Actually, we're still very curious about who the Pope is. This guy is very good at hiding. It's fine if he's below the top, but once he's at the top. When the war starts, some things will be very troublesome. Fang Ping was speechless. After a while, he said, the evil sect also has rank 7 and 8 powerhouses. If a few more come, it won't go according to our plan. Also, if the Pope isn't at the top, he might not be at Mount Royal Sea. He might come out. If he makes a move, it'll be even more troublesome. Zhang Tao nodded. He looked at Fang Ping and said, it's very troublesome and dangerous. If you regret it now, I'll give you a chance. If it doesn't work, just kill the few people who know their identities and intimidate the evil sect. This works too. At least for the time being, these guys won't dare to show up. The unknown is the dangerous one, Fang Ping murmured. Soon, he asked, Minister, did you get the mentality clone? Zhang Tao did not waste any time. He tossed him a small jade sword. Legions. It's not a problem to kill 2 or 3 weak rank 9s. If you encounter Origin's powerhouses, other than the top 3 elders, there's hope of killing the rest. What about yours? I can't split any more in the near future. If I do, it'll be troublesome. Fang Ping saw that he did not seem to be lying. He felt a headache coming on. If that was the case, it was still extremely dangerous to encounter the top 3 elders. The next moment, Zhang Tao suddenly laughed. It's true that you can't split anymore. But it's not a big deal. I've prepared a dozen fake ones for you. They carry my aura. It'll be good to scare them. At the critical moment, you can use them to scare them. Run when you have the chance. If you can't, hide your aura and hide in the sea. How can they find you so easily? Kid, this depends on you. If you can hold them off, then do it. If you can't, then just run. As for Lu Polu and the rest, the other party's target is you guys. Killing them won't do you any good. If you run, they probably won't dare to stay for long. Do you understand what I mean? Fang Ping nodded. He did not say anything else. He took the dozen or so crystal books from Zhang Tao and said, Why don't you get another dozen or so small swords? I'll mix the real ones with the fake ones and see if I can kill a few of them. Zhang Tao laughed. He replied, Sure. I'll ask Li Jin to get some more later. Also, I'm afraid there will be a lot of trouble in the catacombs. Don't add to our troubles. Don't run to the catacombs. Run to the sea, got it. The two of them communicated for a while. After confirming the general situation, Fang Ping did not say anything else. Instead, he looked at the stove. At this moment, the stove was already red. It was fresh blood. Energy flames did not actually burn the flesh. Fresh blood. It was Qin Fengqing's own doing. Seeing this, Fang Ping frowned. Zhang Tao also sighed softly. This was a ruthless character. It was just that he did not know if he could get through this. P.S. I'll update the basics later. I wrote too late yesterday and dozed off today. Let's stop here. Chapter 699. Bang! An explosion sounded in the furnace. Sizzling sounds rang out incessantly, and the liquid in the furnace had already turned completely blood red. I lost control, Fang Ping murmured. There was a complicated look in his eyes. It was out of control. Qin Fengqin couldn't control the circulation of energy. Under the burning of energy, his body was already starting to explode. Ah! A hoarse voice rang out from the furnace, and in the next moment, Qin Fengqin stood up. Blood spurted out from his ears and nose, and energy began to attack his head. This small matter can kill me? Come on! Fang Ping! Make the fire bigger, make it bigger, burn! Qin Fengqin's expression was ferocious. He turned around and roared at Fang Ping. The flames of energy started to burn in his body and burst out again and again, attacking his body and his internal organs. Wu Quishan shouted coldly, "Shut up! Hurry up and control the energy circulation. Do you want to die?" Qin Fengqin grinned, his eyes filled with malevolence as he laughed. "It's fine. Make it bigger. I'm serious. Not enough. A blunt knife cutting flesh hurts more. Give me a quick one. If I don't burn to death, I'll be a rank 7. Burn me to death in the blink of an eye. No. Goddamn it, I'm burning up bit by bit. It hurts." Everyone frowned. Fang Ping took a breath and asked, "Are you sure?" "Yes. Yes." "Then let's begin." Fang Ping. Wu Quishan growled. It was possible to increase the intensity of the fire, but now he was slowly expelling the energy impurities in Qin Fengqin's body. Once the energy fire became more intense, although it might be faster, it might go out of control, and Qin Fengqin would die even faster. "You're a real man! Come on!" Qin Fengqin laughed heartily. Fang Ping did not say much. His mentality erupted abruptly, igniting all the energy liquids in the furnace once again. Bang! The energy flames rose in an instant, and even the void became somewhat illusory from the heat. Ah! At this moment, Qin Fengqin had completely turned into a burning man, and he screamed loudly. Kacha, the golden egg, which had not been completely destroyed before, collapsed in an instant, and the small tree had already disappeared. "Cool! Cool!" Qin Fengqin shouted loudly. Energy flames covered his entire body, and in some places, the energy went out of control, causing his torso to explode. Pung pung, sounds rang out incessantly. There was less and less energy liquid in the furnace, and Qin Fengqin's body seemed to have turned into a crystal, a glaze. Fang Ping and the others watched in silence. No one spoke. Bang! With a loud bang, a huge hole appeared in Qin Fengqin's abdomen, and his internal organs could be seen clearly. "Trash!" Fang Ping cursed abruptly. "What a piece of trash! Damn it, you only know how to brag! Even my control over my strength is stronger than yours. You're a rank 6 martial artist who can't even control your own strength, yet you have the cheek to call others trash? You think you're invincible?" Instructor Li, a rank 6, could slay a rank 8. His control of his strength had reached the pinnacle. When he burned Instructor Li, nothing would happen to him. Burn you? Are you that useless? Don't scold me. I'm not crippled. Qin Fengqin's face was ferocious, and he was a little unwilling. I'm not trash. He did not have enough control over his rank 6 powers because he had advanced too quickly. He was not useless. He was invincible. Return. Qin Fengqin let out a low growl. Suddenly, he grinned widely at Fang Ping. At that moment, his left arm almost exploded. In the end, he forcefully controlled it. Just as he finished laughing, with a bang, his left leg exploded, leaving a huge hole. Qin Fengqin grimaced, losing control again. After that, Qin Fengqin did not have time to chat anymore. He kept controlling his own strength, preventing the pure energy from being ignited and stripping away the impurities in his body. His flesh was also blasted one hole after another, and a few of his bones were broken. Beside him, Fang Ping and the others watched for a while. After a long time, Fang Ping exhaled softly. The flames were getting smaller. Zhang Tao also chuckled. Not bad. Hold on. It'll be over soon. At this moment, although Qin Fengqing's torso was badly damaged, the flames on his body were gradually dissipating. Waves of pure energy erupted from his body. Although the energy flames brought him pain, the remaining pure energy was absorbed by Qin Fengqing after burning more than 50 kilograms of energy liquid. At this moment, the energy was being absorbed by his broken torso. Wu Quishan and the others breathed a sigh of relief. Huan Jing laughed. This kid is really tough. I guess he can take this little pain. It's not a big problem. Beside him, Wu Quishan said lightly, Hindsight. Huan Jing glanced at him. You're not hindsight? As they were talking, at this moment, Qin Fengqing suddenly screamed loudly. Brilliant flames erupted from his body again. Fang Ping. Save me. Pour another bottle of energy liquid. Give me more imperishable substance. I don't want to die. Qin Fengqing's expression was hideous. After saying that, he screamed again. His whole body started bleeding. Seeing this, Li Hansong hurriedly looked at Fang Ping. Fang Ping, however, looked up at the sky. Zhang Tao looked helpless too. After a while, he said, MCMAU's atmosphere still needs to change. It's almost becoming a drama academy. Not far away, Wu Quishan said lightly. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not the main culprit. It's all your fault that MCMAU's atmosphere has become like this. Fang Ping, Zhang Tao, Qin Fengqing, Old Man Li, in short, it was not Wu Quishan's fault that MCMAU had become a drama academy. Fang Ping. Save me. Qin Fengqing was still screaming shrilly. Fang Ping thought for a while. Suddenly, a big box appeared in his hand. Qin Fengqing's eyes lit up. However, the moment Fang Ping opened the box, Qin Fengqing suddenly let out a roar. The energy on his body exploded to the limit. He leaped into the air and shouted, Today, I will become a Grand Master! Boom! A loud sound. In the sky, a golden ball appeared. The ball was instantly squashed into a big flat cake similar to Fang Ping's celestial bridge. Below, everyone looked at Fang Ping. When they saw the thing in his box, many of their faces twitched. Li Hansong squatted down and touched it. He asked curiously, Where did you get this? Fang Ping said calmly, I bought it from the military department. Bought it? Yes, Senior Tian Mu has a lot of it. It's just a matter of spending some money. Everyone was speechless. No one looked at that exhibitionist Qin Fengqing. Other than him, no one else would do something like that. At this moment, everyone looked at Fang Ping's big box. The box was filled to the brim with balls that looked like grenades. Fang Ping said while smiling, I heard that this is the most powerful single explosive recently developed. It's called something like CL-20. It should be this. I talked to Senior Tian Mu on the phone earlier. He said that he can't pay me back the money he owes me, so he got me some of this to play with. How much do you have here? Not much. Because it's newly developed, I only got a few 100 kilograms. Beside him, Zhang Tao said with a headache, Tian Mu will be killed by lesion sooner or later. Seeing that Li Hansong was still touching it, he could not help but scold. Don't touch it. A few 100 kilograms. This thing is much more powerful than normal explosives. Its explosive speed is close to 10,000 meters per second. A few 100 kilograms of it can be compared to a rank 9's full-force attack. Li Hansong said in disbelief. It's just an explosive. It's not as powerful as a nuclear bomb, right? It's comparable to the explosive yield of a small tactical nuclear weapon. Li Hansong shut his mouth immediately. Martial artists were strong, but when it came to destructive power, disregarding everything else in convenience, they were not as powerful as a nuclear bomb. The explosive power of a small tactical nuclear weapon was definitely comparable to a rank 9 powerhouse's full-force attack. At the thought of this, Li Hansong stopped touching it. If he touched it until it exploded, he might not be able to escape. Soon, however, Li Hansong's eyes lit up. That's right. Fang Ping, we're on the ground now. Why don't we ask the minister to get a few hundred or 1,000 nuclear warheads here? Zhang Tao said impatiently. Get lost. Do you want to destroy Earth? Besides, do you think you can escape on your own? Moreover, you can't lock onto them. Do you think rank 9 people are useless? Rank 9 people have extremely strong senses for danger. This thing is also a dead thing. It doesn't know how to hide or restrain its aura. Once you aim at the other party will react. Do you want me to just stand there and let you blow me up? Fang Ping laughed. I know this, but my activation device is very simple. I keep it in my storage ring. When it's a critical moment, I can throw it out, and it will explode instantly. It'll be hard for those people to escape. If it's detonated at a close distance, it'll easily blow you up. Zhang Tao still said this. If it's at a long distance, powerhouses can sense it and run as fast as lightning. If it's at a close distance, it'll be more dangerous. This thing's explosive speed is extremely fast, up to 10,000 meters per second. The explosion will happen in an instant. If Fang Ping really threw it out, even he could be blown up easily. Fang Ping laughed. Actually, it's nothing. I won't be affected too much from 1,000 meters away. Anyway, I'll try it. If I throw it out from 1,000 meters away or hide it, those fellows might not notice. Minister, don't forget. I can hide. Wrap a layer of mentality shield around the outside of the explosive, calculate the route, and then, boom. Fang Ping laughed sinisterly. Those fellows probably think that modern weapons are no longer effective against them. They can't do it from a long distance, and if they get close, they'll have to worry about being blown up. Besides, not everyone has a storage ring. It won't work if there's too little of it, but if there's too much of it, don't tell me you'll carry it on you. They can't, but I can. Anyway, I'll try it. Rank 9s probably won't die. After all, a few hundred kilograms is only comparable to a rank 9 powerhouse's full-force attack, and it's not even the highest level. But rank 7s and 7s, especially rank 7s, they don't have a golden body. If they get blown up, they'll die. Later, I'll ask senior brother Tian for some more. These few days, I'll see if I can find a suitable place to bury some. But high-ranked powerhouses usually like to use flight step. Try it. As Fang Ping said that, he kept these things away. When he took these things out earlier, Qin Fengqin could tell what they were at a glance and ran away without saying a word. This fellow had survived the crisis previously, sprouted in his solid state, and wanted to play dead to gain sympathy. Fang Ping would not care about him. Seeing that Fang Ping had kept them, Zhang Tao thought for a while and said, just use them yourself. Don't throw them away. If there's a small amount, they won't be much of a threat to powerhouses, but if they flow into the market, they'll easily cause big trouble. I know this. I won't throw them away. Of course, Fang Ping knew the destructive power of these things. Humans were alive. Powerhouses would restrain themselves and would not destroy things on purpose. But it might not be the case for other people. If these things flowed out, it could easily cause some big trouble. Fang Ping raised his head, looked at Qin Fengqin, and shouted, Can you cover it up a little? Don't you have any shame? In midair, Qin Fengqin's body hurriedly erupted a burst of energy light. Although it could not hide from high-ranked powerhouses, it could be blocked by ordinary people. Fang Ping did not care about him anymore. He looked at Zhang Tao again and asked, Minister, if the passageway is fully opened, can modern weapons be used in the catacombs? Zhang Tao shook his head. I don't know, because I haven't tried it before. Some evil sect martial artists advocate this idea. When the passageway is fully opened, then carry out a nuclear attack. But who can be sure about the unknown? The evil sect advocates not resisting, allowing the catacombs to open the passageway, even opening the passageway on their own. But these ideas are built on the premise that it works. What if it doesn't work? Moreover, in the catacombs, those who are killed by modern weapons can be resurrected. Speaking of this, Fang Ping was really curious. Minister, everyone is talking about resurrection. What is the principle of resurrection? How can the restricted area resurrect people? The principle is actually very simple. Zhang Tao laughed. When entering the ground, leave behind some life origin and imperishable substances. It's actually equivalent to a storage imprint of a life. At this time, when the martial artist kills the other party, everything about the other party will be obliterated directly, including the life origin. Using modern weapons to kill the other party, the life origin will not be obliterated. At this time, the powerhouses in the restricted area are willing to pay the price to fill in a large amount of life essence and imperishable substances, which can allow the martial artist to be resurrected once. But the price is very high. Unless it's some top-notch powerhouse, otherwise they won't resurrect. And all this is also built on the foundation of aspiring martial artists killing them. Otherwise it won't work. But these fellows are also fearless. When the critical moment comes, these fellows may end their own lives, letting their life origin and imperishable imprint escape on their own. So try not to fight on Earth. If that's the case, in the catacombs, they can be resurrected too? That's not it. Zhang Tao pondered for a moment. After a long time, he said, maybe it has something to do with the seed of resurrection that they're talking about. On Earth, such powerhouses do not die by obliteration. Their life origin will be preserved. In other words, there's a little bit of imperishable nature in it. Maybe it's the seed of resurrection that retains a little bit of these powerhouses' imperishable nature. But if they die in the catacombs, this imperishable nature will quickly overflow and not return to the life origin they left behind. At this point, Zhang Tao took a deep breath and said, in that battle 1,000 years ago, I suspect that the seed of resurrection might not be on Earth. Or maybe the seed of resurrection really exists but was taken away by someone. Unquestionable Sword is the most likely one. He may have taken away the seed of resurrection. That's why the batch of martial artists 1,000 years ago had the chance to be resurrected. Otherwise, logically speaking, it's very difficult for those who died in the catacombs to come back to life. Of course, we can't rule out other possibilities. For example, he left his life origin in the Hall of Myriad Origins, and the Hall of Myriad Origins might have something to do with the seed of resurrection. In short, there are many possibilities. We're too lazy to speculate now. At this point, Zhang Tao smiled and said, don't worry about all this. Although the catacombs' powerhouses can be resurrected, the probability is very, very small. The price is too high. Moreover, it has to be a non-obliteration death. We weren't very clear about this in the past. Now we understand it very well. There are some things that even the catacombs can't hide from us. They instigated those foreign powerhouses to attack Earth with this as an incentive. Resurrecting a few people on purpose was like buying a horse's bones with 1,000 pieces of gold. They made those people feel that their own deaths were not scary. To put it bluntly, those few fellows who were resurrected in the past were all the restricted area's supporters. They had discussed it with the restricted area long ago. They left their origin in the restricted area. When they arrived on Earth and saw that the situation was not good, they killed themselves quickly. Then they resurrected and let others witness the scene of their resurrection. This is not easy to expose. Even if we did, the effect would not be great. After all, this is real. We dismantled it. However, the powerhouses knew their limits. The price they paid was very high. However, those fellows were confident that they were worth resurrecting. At this point, Fang Ping finally understood. So, this was how the catacombs' powerhouses resurrected. Those who left their origin and indestructible things in the restricted area did not die completely on Earth. Instead, the origin survived and self-dissipated, returning to the origin left behind. Then, they would pay a huge price to resurrect the other party. When Fang Ping thought of this, he laughed. This is good too. I think if there are really powerhouses coming to Earth in the future, we might as well not destroy their origin and let them resurrect. The price to resurrect a rank 8 or 9 powerhouse is not small. I think it's more expensive than cultivating to rank 8 or 9. Without a few hundred caddies of life essence, it's almost impossible to resurrect someone. The restricted area can't afford it either. A few hundred caddies probably won't be enough. We still need to add a lot of imperishable substances. Zhang Tao laughed. That's true. However, we're still defending against the enemy outside. If we really attack Earth, the casualties will be much higher. As they were talking, in the air, Qin Fengqing let out another roar. The Sanjiao Gate appeared instantly, landing on the golden flatbread with a rumble. Li Hansong took a look and said gloomily, "In that case, this fellow can also instantiate his brain directly?" Fang Ping nodded and said, "Probably. When he entered rank 5, he used a large amount of energy liquid to make his celestial bridge look like that. It's very difficult for modern martial artists to do that. However, it's hard to say for ancient martial artists. That's why I've guessed before that ancient martial artists might be able to find their own brain after entering rank 7. This fellow Qin Fengqing, he accidentally walked the path of an ancient martial artist. At this time, they were all on the same side. Fang Ping and the rest did not mind talking about the cultivation methods. Guixinquan and the rest had gone down to the catacombs to replace Wu Quishan. They had not returned yet. Fang Ping thought and asked suddenly, "Minister, Instructor Gua and the rest, are we really not going to tell them about the cultivation methods?" Zhang Tao said softly, "We're not going to tell them for now. Resurrected martial artists. It's not like there's no one who hasn't been infiltrated by the evil sect. It's better to be cautious. What we're telling them now is the kind where there's no doubt about it. It's not too late to tell them after we've wiped out most of the evil sect powerhouses." Fang Ping said helplessly, "I think even if we seal it, it might not be able to seal it for a long time. Maybe the evil sect already knows about the cultivation methods. We can't rule out this possibility. However, even if they know, it's hard to spread it in a short period of time. We haven't told anyone who has the ability to spread it. When these people reach a certain realm, mentality isn't considered a restriction anymore. Whether Zhu Feng knew the cultivation technique or not, it wouldn't change much. For experts who had comprehended the origin Tao and walked a certain distance, it would be difficult for them to improve in a short period of time. That's why we didn't inform most of them." "What about rank 7 and 8? Zhang Tao sighed. "I know what you mean, but I'll say it again. Try to avoid this possibility as much as possible. If it really gets spread out, then there's nothing we can do about it. If we can ferret out some of the cult leaders this time, rank 7 and 8 martial artists will actually have a hard time contacting the restricted zone. They might have already told the cult's patriarch and asked him to contact the Forbidden Land, that's possible, but we've been paying attention to those who have spread their skills. Let's try our best to avoid them." After Zhang Tao finished speaking, he looked at the horizon and smiled. This brat is about to break through. The heaven and earth bridge is directly twisting, and the energy in his body is also extremely pure. This can be considered a blessing in disguise. In a few days, I'll have those people secretly come here in batches. You find a way to hide yourself, I'll leave first. In the past few days, there had been some movements at Imperial Sea Mountain, and the true kings of the restricted area were getting restless. Although this was a conspiracy, it was actually an overt plot. Let's see who can scheme and who can succeed. What happens next is up to you. Before he finished speaking, Zhang Tao disappeared. As soon as he disappeared, Qin Fengqing shouted in the air, "Minister, congratulatory gift!" Fang Ping rolled his eyes. Old John probably knew that this fellow was going to say something. Seeing that he was about to break through, he threw a few words and ran away. Congratulatory gift? How was that possible? As for the Grandmaster banquet, it was best that Qin Fengqing did not hold it. Even if he did, no one might send congratulatory gifts. This fellow was not rich. At most, everyone would come and congratulate him, but Qin Fengqing would have to pay for it himself. Based on this situation and Fang Ping's previous standards, the probability of Qin Fengqing holding a Grandmaster banquet was almost zero. At this time, in the air, Qin Fengqing's materialization appeared. A gigantic Changdao. Not only the Changdao, there seemed to be countless figures near the Changdao. In the next moment, the Changdao swept past, and all the figures disappeared. This was also a dynamic image. Li Hansong glanced at it, looked at Fang Ping suspiciously, and whispered, "I think I saw you." Fang Ping rolled his eyes and said, "I saw you too. Is this fellow expressing that he can sweep away the heavens?" The few of them were speechless. This materialization, there was no one else. Was this how Qin Fengqing's invincible aura came about? With a saber in hand, he was invincible. Now, the Changdao had countless figures. Of course, they were all extremely illusory. It was hard to say whether they were Fang Ping and the others. However, Fang Ping and Li Hansong thought about it. Whether they were or not, the probability of them being among the figures was very high. If he did not sweep them away, how could Qin Fengqing be invincible? Ha! From today onwards, I am Emperor Azure. From today onwards, I am Emperor Azure. From today onwards, I am Emperor Azure. The Emperor is above the King. Below, Fang Ping shook his head and said, "Let's go. Disperse. This fellow is arrogant when he gets what he wants. Let's go, let's go. All of you, go do your own things." Lu Polis shouted even louder. "All of you disperse. It's just one more rank 7. Everyone work hard. Everyone strive to achieve rank 7 as soon as possible. Right now, rank 7 is also insignificant. It won't affect the overall situation. Disperse." With a whoosh, the surrounding people dispersed one after another. Qin Fengqing, who was still showing off, wanted to cry but had no tears when he saw this scene. "Don't go! I've just broken through. Other things aside, it's fine if you congratulate me." Chapter 700. On the 4th of October, Qin Fengqing broke through to rank 7 and called himself Emperor Qin. He was also the 5th prodigy powerhouse to break through to Grand Master under the age of 30 in martial arts universities this year. However, the uproar caused was not too big. There was Fang Ping before, and then there was Li Hansong and the rest. Things did not happen more than 3 times. There were young prodigies breaking through one after another. It could no longer cause as big of a sensation as before. Moreover, the timing was not very good. On the 10th, Fang Ping broke through to rank 8 live. Compared to rank 7, rank 8 was a whole new world. The interval was so short, and Fang Ping was a few years younger than Qin Fengqing. Naturally, the popularity was not high. In the next few days, Fang Ping did not come out of closed-door cultivation and began to stabilize his realm. As for the rank 9 monster plants, Fang Ping also handed them over to Wu Quishan and the rest, letting them help him forge a divine weapon. The moment the divine weapon was forged, Fang Ping just needed to complete the last step. At the same time, the catacombs, an incomparably huge city, like a crystal palace, stood in the middle of this vast area, and was particularly eye-catching. In the center of the crystal city, a palace building that stretched for dozens of li was also especially eye-catching. In the center of the palace stood a huge statue. The statue looked into the distance, hands behind his back, as if he was frowning. This was where the Sky Plant's royal court was located, Sky Plant's city. The restricted area was too big. The 4 royal courts ruled the restricted area and had countless cities. However, the other 3 royal courts' imperial cities were not as magnificent as Sky Plant's city. Here, not only was it like a crystal palace, but the continuous city walls were also spread with countless green plants. The crystal city was decorated with green, adding a bit of charm. The restricted area had already entered winter. Snowflakes were falling from the sky. The snowflakes were different from those on Earth. The snowflakes mixed with countless energies seemed to fall only in the imperial city. At the entrance of the palace, Ji Yao reached out and took a piece of snowflake. The snowflake turned into energy, and integrated into her body. Jiao said softly, "How generous!" Beside her, a golden-armored powerhouse said softly, "Your Highness, this is not Snowflake. It is the life energy that Sky Plant's Royal Court's guardian, Lord Divine Tree, gives to the people in the Imperial City every year." Ji Yao nodded slightly and looked up at the sky. After a moment, she said, "Among the demons, monster plant powerhouses have more tricks than monster beast powerhouses. Our Destiny Royal Court's guardian beast does not have Lord Divine Tree's supernatural power." As soon as she finished speaking, a slightly stiff laughter sounded in Ji Yao's ears. "Little girl, you're overpraising me. Although demon plants have many supernatural powers, they also have many restrictions. I'm more envious of Xianlong." "How is Xianlong?" Ji Yao bowed and said, "Everything is fine with Lord Xianlong. He even went to the Guardian Imperial Court a few days ago, Royal Court. It's been a long time since I went back." The old voice sighed and murmured, "As time passes, I've almost forgotten who I am, my lord, go in." The voice faded away. Ji Yao inclined her head and stared at the gigantic royal palace. The doors of the royal palace were wide open, and on both sides, countless golden-armored experts shouted, "Her Highness Ji Yao of the Destiny Royal Court requests an audience." Their voices echoed in the huge palace, one after another. Ji Yao didn't say much and followed the golden-armored powerhouse into the hall. Soon, a huge palace appeared in front of Ji Yao. As soon as Ji Yao entered the palace, she said loudly, "Ji Yao of the Destiny Royal Court greets the Lord." In the center of the palace, a pale-faced middle-aged man in a snow-white robe without a crown was sitting. His long hair draped over his shoulders, and he had a gentle smile on his face. He said softly, "After so many years, Ji Yao has also grown up. Sit down." Ji Yao thanked him and walked to the left side with the golden-armored powerhouse beside her. On both sides of the palace, a few powerhouses sat. After Ji Yao sat down, the pale-faced middle-aged man said softly, "Back then, when the Nether King was about to break through to the true monarch realm, it was only the Heaven Plant's royal court that took precautions. Now, a mere commander breaking through to the supremacy realm actually attracted the Destiny Royal Court's envoy to the royal court." As the middle-aged man spoke, he smiled lightly and said, "It's a pity that I'm dying. Otherwise, I'd really like to see what kind of prodigy can attract the attention of the true monarchs." As he spoke, the middle-aged man's slightly gloomy eyes erupted with a faint light. Below, some powerhouses also had an indescribable feeling. Back then, when the Nether King broke through, the King Lord personally led peak powerhouses to Imperial Sea Mountain, wanting to kill the Nether King to prevent future troubles. Who would have thought that the Nether King would break through during the siege and instantly destroy the King Lord's origin Dao? If not for the true monarch's rescue, the King Lord would have died in that battle. Many people sighed in their hearts. The King Lord was also a prodigy of his generation. If not for the Nether King taking advantage of the moment when he was breaking through and destroying the King Lord's origin Dao, the King Lord might have already become a true monarch, and he wouldn't have to stay in the palace and wait for death. If not for the true monarch Hall's order that the King Lord had done meritorious deeds for the royal court, he might not even be able to keep his position when he returned. On the throne, the middle-aged man quickly regained his composure and smiled lightly. "I heard that Brother Jihong is about to enter the true monarch realm. I'm afraid I won't have the chance to congratulate you. When Ji Yao returns, please congratulate me on my behalf. Ji Yao will definitely pass on the message." Ji Yao bowed again and glanced at the middle-aged man from the corner of her eyes. Even though they were enemies in the past, she couldn't help but feel a little sad at this moment. She had heard her father mention this King Lord before. He was also a prodigy of his generation in the past. In his heyday, he was even slightly inferior to her father. Not only was his personal strength powerful, but when he was in charge of the Heavenly Plant's royal court, he pressed forward step by step, opening many passages to the land of rebirth. 100 years ago, he had been compressing the living space of the revived martial artist step by step. During that period, he even initiated the True Monarch War, almost destroying the defensive line of the revived martial artists at Imperial Sea Mountain. After that war, the new martial era of the Land of Rebirth appeared. This person was also the main character who ended the Star Dominator era of the Land of Rebirth. Unfortunately, he was severely injured more than 10 years ago and couldn't stop the Nether King from becoming a king. That was why all his efforts were in vain. Otherwise, if this person had become a true monarch that day, he might have already controlled the Heavenly Plant's Royal Court's True Monarch Hall without waiting for all the passages to be opened. After more than 10 years, the true monarchs in the True Monarch Hall might have been convinced by him, and no longer allowed the revived True Monarch to seal Imperial Sea Mountain. What a pity! As Ji Yao was thinking, the middle-aged man laughed. Since Fang Ping might be the reincarnation of the Demon Emperor, of course, he should be killed. In the past, the Martial King and the Nether King broke through one after another, which was already unexpected. The Moon Prince broke through a few days ago, and his threat increased even more. A true monarch powerhouse who might have taken 3 great paths is now invincible in God's continent. However, in the True Monarch Hall now, many true monarchs are wandering God's continent. Some of them are even in closed-door training and haven't come out for many years. In such a hurry, the royal court might not be able to fully control the revived true monarch. Ji Yao listened to him for a while. When he was done, she said, "The Destiny Royal Court doesn't want to participate in the Land of Rebirth's matters, but Fang Ping must be eliminated. Fang Ping is extremely hostile to the people of God's continent, and he has the potential to threaten God's continent. This is a rare opportunity. The royal court has 5 true monarchs who are willing to take action and head to Imperial Sea Mountain to control the revived true monarch." 5. The middle-aged man murmured and chuckled. "Will the life monarch make a move?" Ji Yao said hurriedly. "The royal ancestor hasn't left the True Monarch Hall for many years. The life monarch won't make a move. The sky-suppressing king probably won't make a move either. In order to control the other 14 true monarchs in Sino Nation and make them distracted, at least 20 true monarchs will be needed." Ji Yao looked doubtful. Was there a need for so many? The middle-aged man smiled faintly. "We also have to prevent the revived true monarchs from other regions from interfering." Ji Yao nodded slightly. The middle-aged man said again, "Since the Destiny Royal Court has 5 true monarchs who are willing to take action, that should be enough." Ji Yao thought for a while and said, "Royal Lord, the Land of Rebirth. That so-called evil sect, can they really kill Fang Ping? I know about Fang Ping. He is extremely cunning and has many tricks up his sleeves. Once he escapes this disaster and is allowed to grow, he might become a huge threat to God's continent." The middle-aged man smiled. "It should be possible." Ji Yao frowned slightly and said, "Forgive me for being blunt, but if you want to kill Fang Ping, you must use an absolute advantage and absolute strength to crush him so that he has nowhere to run. Besides, Fang Ping has many tricks up his sleeve. He can hide his aura and change it. It'll be easy for him to escape. I've heard about it too." The middle-aged man smiled. "Ji Yao, don't worry. Fang Ping won't be able to escape this time." Seeing the middle-aged man's confidence, Ji Yao did not say anything else. Both parties talked for a while. Soon, Ji Yao left the basilica. As soon as she left, an armored powerhouse stood up, bowed and asked, "Royal Lord, why didn't you mention His Highness' extermination just now?" As soon as he said that, many people looked at him strangely. The middle-aged man said lightly, "Ji Yao is the descendant of the Life Monarch and the daughter of Ji Hong. She is proud and arrogant. The more you force her, the harder it will be. If Foam Extermination really wants to, he should put in more effort. If I bring it up, it'll be easier for Ji Yao to see him as an enemy." As soon as the middle-aged man finished speaking, someone said lightly, "Foam Extermination was defeated by Fang Ping previously. His martial willpower is unstable. If Fang Ping doesn't die, it'll be hard for Foam Extermination to get rid of his inner demon. No one can tell what will happen in the future. Before Fang Ping dies, it'll be useless to bring it up. Lord Life Monarch and the Destiny Royal Lord will not agree to it. That's right. Fang Ping has become Feng Extermination's inner demon. A few days ago, Feng Jiuqing was killed by Fang Ping. It's aggravated his inner demon. The timing isn't right. Everyone spoke up. The Divine General who brought up the matter earlier frowned slightly and said in a low voice, "As long as we kill Fang Ping this time, the inner demon will be removed. His Highness Extermination will also improve." The middle-aged man pressed his hand lightly and smiled. "We'll talk about it after Fang Ping is dead. There's no hurry." The Destiny Royal Court's willingness to cooperate this time is already a pleasant surprise. We can't complicate things to avoid affecting the overall situation. I understand. All of you are dismissed. The middle-aged man panted slightly. Everyone sighed in their hearts again and quickly left. When everyone had left, only the middle-aged man and a young man were left in the hall. The young man's eyes were bright. At this moment, he walked up to the throne from below and said with concern, "Father, you should rest more." The middle-aged man waved his hand gently and patted the chair. Transparent wall curtains rose from all four sides of the hall. The young man saw this and focused slightly. The middle-aged man panted slightly and said, "Remember, you'll be supervising the battle in the 7th Southern Territory this time. Listen well. After you go, at the crucial moment, think of a way to let Li Changxing and Wu Quishan leave and help Fang Ping, father." The young man looked shocked. The middle-aged man frowned and growled, "Listen to me. Fang Ping can't die. Forget about the so-called Devil Emperor's resurrection. Fa Ping's existence was the foundation of the two royal courts' cooperation. The Destiny Royal Court was willing to mobilize 5 true kings this time. This was unimaginable in the past. The Royal Court and the Land of Rebirth had been fighting for many years and suffered heavy losses. However, the Destiny Royal Court was waiting at ease. This was not in line with the Royal Court's interests. Some people, for their own selfish interests, wanted to kill Fang Ping no matter what. They did not even hesitate to give up the powerhouses from the other territories. This was the greatest harm to the Royal Court. Also, the Maple King wanted to kill Fang Ping wholeheartedly. He wanted to pave the way for Feng Miexing so that he could get rid of his inner demons and support Feng Miexing to become the royal court's master. He wanted the Feng family to have a second true king powerhouse. This time, he did not even hesitate to use the backup plan we left in the Land of Rebirth. It's really despicable. Whether Fang Ping dies or not, to you and me, the outcome is the same. If I die, you'll be alone. In order to eliminate the opponent, the Feng family will definitely kill you. While I can still hold on for a period of time, when such a prodigy martial artist appears in the Land of Rebirth, it's also your chance. The stronger he is, the more attention he will attract, and the safer you will be. Lay low for a period of time. When the Great War breaks out, no one will pay attention to you anymore. That's why to others, Fang Ping must die. To you and me, father and son, Fang Ping cannot die. If he dies, then you and I won't live for long. The middle-aged man's breathing became heavier. He exhaled and said, "Do you remember?" "Father, I'll remember." Go. Also, while Ji Yao is still in the royal court, go and get in touch with her. Compared to that useless Feng Miexing, you're much stronger. What did Feng Miexing do to deserve a marriage alliance with the Life King's descendant? I'm not even dead yet, but the Feng family can't wait anymore. How despicable! In the war that year, Maple King was the true king powerhouse behind me. In the end, he sat and watched as my origin was destroyed by the Netherworld King. He used the excuse that he was blocked and could not rescue me. From then on, Maple King set his sights on the Lord's position. Previously, he intended to let Feng Jiuqing succeed him. What a joke! Feng Jiuqing had already embarked on the path of his origin and lost his chance. After that, he wanted to let Feng Qing take over the royal court. In the end, Feng Qing actually died in Fang Ping's hands. What a joke! Now, that useless Feng Miexing also wants to take over, but he's useless and can't kill Fang Ping. Mentioning Fang Ping's name is even more insane. What right does he have to succeed the Lord's position? The middle-aged man sneered. This time, the plan to kill Fang Ping was led by Maple King and a few others. If the plan fails, Destiny Royal Court might also underestimate Maple King. The other true kings who participated will also be disappointed in Maple King. After failing time and time again, what right does Maple King have to support his own descendant to become the Lord? Also, this time when you go to supervise the war, your performance is a little incompetent. Initially, I didn't want you to go personally, but since I came back injured, there's no one in the royal court who can be trusted. The young man thought for a while and asked, Father, even if we let the MCMU people go, will Fang Ping not die? I heard. The middle-aged man pressed his hands together and said softly, I have my own arrangements. Oh right, this time when you go to the 7th Southern Territory to supervise the war, it's best if you can bring Feng Miexing along. It's better if you don't go alone. Feng Miexing's ambition is higher than the sky. Think of a way to instigate him. He can't do anything right, but he's good at causing trouble. I understand. Go. I'll take my leave. After the young man left, the middle-aged man patted the throne again, and the transparent wall faded away. The middle-aged man was in no hurry to leave. He waited for a while, and a moment later, a figure appeared in a flash. The figure was illusory, but the middle-aged man did not care. He said softly, This time, we'll trigger a war between true kings. It's not a deterrent, but an outbreak of war. Think of a way to severely injure or even kill the true kings of Destiny Royal Court. The illusory figure did not speak, but the illusory face trembled slightly. The middle-aged man said in a low voice, Destiny Royal Court has been waiting leisurely for many years. It's not that easy to reap the benefits. Only when a few true kings die will they fight to the death with the Land of Rebirth. It's best to lure them into a bloody battle with the Land of Rebirth's true kings. In the Land of Rebirth, Warlord has the most fiery temper. Leave Warlord to Destiny Royal Court. Warlord also has the ability to kill true kings. If he sees an opportunity, he will not let it go. Also, it's best if he can severely injure Warlord. It's even better if he can kill Warlord. Fang Ping alone is not the Royal Court's main target. Even if Fang Ping is the reincarnation of a demon emperor, even if he regains his strength from his past life, how long will it take? When the war breaks out, can he become a true king? Killing a true king who has been resurrected is 1,000,000 times more important than killing Fang Ping. Spending so much effort just to kill Fang Ping. What a joke. If they had this determination back then, they would have broken through the Land of Rebirth a long time ago. This time, it's time to let everyone know the threat brought by the Land of Rebirth. Before the war, if some people don't die, how can we let everyone understand that the Land of Rebirth is more terrifying than imagined? The illusory figure said softly, It's a little difficult. Try your best. How long can you hold on? I won't die until the war breaks out. The war. When the war breaks out, find the seed of rebirth, maybe it can save you. I hope so. The illusory figure was silent for a moment, then said again, If it really doesn't work, find a way to enter the Land of Rebirth and leave behind your life origin. Let's see if you can live another life. The middle-aged man said in a low voice, I can't leave. If I leave, all my previous efforts will be in vain. Sigh. The illusory figure sighed. After a long time, he said, How many true kings are still supporting you? Not many. But it doesn't matter. If I don't die, my strength will be restored, and I become a true king. Everything will go back to the original track. If I die, no matter how many people support me, it will be in vain. The illusory figure said no more. After a while, he disappeared on the spot. October 9th, MC Mayu. On the Crystal Tower. Fang Ping looked at Fang Yuan below him. He said nothing, his eyes deep. Beside him, Qin Yunxi looked worried. She said in a low voice, Fan Ping, let Yuan rest. Below, Fan Yuan was shaking. The ground was full of water stains. His sweat had long drenched the ground. Fan Ping said nothing. He slowly floated down from the sky and landed in front of Fan Yuan. Fan Yuan's lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blurry. She did not seem to see Fan Ping. Fan Ping pinched her cheeks lightly and sighed. You've lost weight, silly girl. Fan Yuan said nothing. He did not know if she had heard him. Perseverance doesn't make you a powerhouse. In the neo-martial era, there are many powerhouses with perseverance. Who doesn't have perseverance? If you want to practice martial arts, I have no objections. I won't stop you. But you want to be a powerhouse. What is a powerhouse? It's responsibility, obligation, protection, dedication, and sacrifice. Can you bear such a heavy responsibility? Do you have the right to bear such a heavy responsibility? You want to share my burden, but what can you do for me? In the process of becoming stronger, you only bring me pressure and worry. You can't share anything for me. Powerhouses don't just talk. No matter how many resources you have, how good your conditions are, how strong your talents are, if you don't kill and fight, how can you become a powerhouse? Becoming stronger means danger. I'm not afraid, Fan Yuan said in a hoarse voice. Fan Ping smiled and pinched her cheeks again. He sighed. You're not afraid. You're like a newborn calf that doesn't fear tigers, but I am. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have let you practice martial arts. It's too late for regrets now. Kids in their rebellious phase are scary. They won't listen to anything I say. Fine. Do whatever you want. When you go out, don't tell others that you're my sister. Although it's hard to hide it from them, girls change 18 times between childhood and womanhood. After some time, people might not even recognize you anymore. Don't leave Magic City for now, and don't go to the catacombs either. Wait a little longer. Brother, you agree? Yes. Bang! Fan Yuan dropped the energy stone instantly. She swayed, but her face was full of joy. She was just rejoicing when Fan Ping sighed. What a pity! I didn't make it to the 10th day of the 9th day, Fan Ping! At that moment, Fan Yuan unleashed his immense potential. He was on the verge of fainting, but he suddenly became agile and jumped onto Fan Ping's body. He clung onto Fan Ping like a koala and bit down on Fan Ping's shoulder. She was furious. Crack, sob. The next moment, Fan Yuan suddenly burst into tears. It hurt. Her teeth had fallen out. Crack. Her front teeth really fell out. Fan Ping sighed. Why are you so cruel to yourself? You even broke your front teeth. You're so evil, girl. Luckily, I'm even more evil than you are. Sob. Fan Yuan wailed loudly. Bully! What a bully! She could not win in a fight, nor could she win in an argument. How was she supposed to live? Beside them, Qingyunxi landed. She saw that Fan Yuan's teeth had fallen out and looked at Fan Ping speechlessly. You're too cruel, aren't you? You even used rebound mode on your own sister. She's a rank 2 martial artist. Her head would explode if you just shook her. Fan Ping shrugged. I didn't do it on purpose. I forgot that I'm a rank 8 now. It's a golden body. It comes with defense automatically, okay? Luckily, I restrained it in time, or else I would have shaken the round face to death. Listening to Fan Yuan wailing, Fan Ping laughed bitterly. A wisp of imperishable substance seeped out from her head. After a while, Fan Ping laughed. All right, what are you crying for? You lost a big white tooth. I'll give you a big gold tooth. How pretty is that? Sob. I don't want a big gold tooth. I want my own teeth. Are you stupid? A big gold tooth is very powerful. Why don't you try changing your other teeth too? I don't want to. Forget it then. Sob. I don't care. I've been standing here for 9 days. You said you could let me stay in MCMAU and continue doing missions. You have to keep your word. Fang Ping patted her head and sighed again. Keep your word. You're even crying now. Which powerhouse cries? Up to you. If you want to do missions, then do them. Change your name. Don't be Fang Yuan anymore. Everyone with the surname Fang is dangerous. Call yourself Yuan Fang from now on. I don't want it. I want my surname Fang. Fang Ping chatted with his sister for a while. The exhausted Fang Yuan cried herself to sleep in Fang Ping's arms. A grown son can't be controlled by a mother. Fang Ping sighed again. He looked at Qin Yunqi and smiled. Take care of this girl in the future. Qin Yunqi's expression changed slightly. Is something wrong? Fang Ping waved his hand. After a while, he frowned slightly and said, It's not that I don't want to say some things. It's just that it's not very useful for you to know. You don't have to go to the island tomorrow. Why? There's no why. Just don't go. Forget it. It's very dangerous to not go there secretly. There'll be a big battle tomorrow. Help me keep an eye on Fang Yuan. This girl might want to sneak out to watch. Is it very dangerous? Fang Ping thought for a while and said, Maybe. According to the current plan, there's no danger. But some things. It's hard to say. Fang Ping did not say much. He just felt that tomorrow might not be smooth. Some things, some news, came too easily. The Pope had led the cult for so many years. Did he really not know that the governments, or the Holy Lands, had planted people in the cult? Only an idiot would think so. Even Fang Ping had such suspicions before. How could the Pope not know? He actually told all the news to the Salvation Elders. How many people were coming and how strong they were. He told everyone in detail. 5. Maybe 7 will come tomorrow. Fang Ping sneered in his heart. Some things he would see. And that bastard old Zhang, he was not a good person. This time he came back alive. He would deal with him sooner or later. He even told me fake news. Did he really think that I'd be afraid just because I knew? What a joke! Fang Ping cursed in his heart. Suddenly, more than 10 crystal books appeared in his hand. He grinned again. Old Zhang, oh old Zhang, you're an idiot. Stupid. Idiot. Don't be fooled by your age. You're just that. After saying that, Fang Ping put away the crystal books. Qin Yunqi was stunned. Was he scolding Minister Zhang? You're tuning into the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.